All right. Hello, everyone. I'm pretty late on today's live chat, but as the title suggests, there have been some crazy times. So, every other Saturday, usually I'm starting really early at like 9 a.m., which is not really early, but early for a live chat, because I do acupuncture. Not like I do acupuncture, but I get acupuncture done. And then usually I start at 10, but it's been a really crazy week. The seniors have finals next week, so things have been pretty crazy. Wally is rubbing up on the tripod stand right now, and he brought me a little hair tie to play with. Wally. So, yeah, better late than never, I guess. All right, so while I wait for more people to come on in, I have my tea steeping. Of course, a nice big mug full of Hello Kitty goodness. So that's in there. If anybody wondering what I am drinking, it is my fave pumpkin spice tea by the Republic of Tea. So Republic of Tea is the bomb diggity. So if you don't know Republic of Tea, like, you need to get on that train. All right, so as more people come in, I have some goodies to share from the Gem Fair yesterday. They're usually in town every 2-3 months or so. So I was able to pick up some goodies there. New Age Lunatic, what's up? You like those? They used to literally flash. They used to be blinky, but I don't know, I haven't put new watch batteries in them, so they don't blink anymore. Now they're just awesome. Let's see, we got our Christmas card done, so now on Monday, it'll be kind of late, but we'll be mailing off all our Christmas cards and gifts for my friends. Hey, what's up, Sherry Bug? So all my gifts that need to go to people like out of state, out of country, I'm going to be mailing off those gifts next week, and it's just so crazy right now. You guys ever have like those days where you're not quite sure what emotion to be feeling? Because that was me on Friday. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna start laughing right now or I'm gonna start crying right now. I'm not really sure. But we've been having a lot of stuff going on here lately, and well, I guess I'll get to that later, because there'd be some drama for your mama going on in our home. Well, I guess the drama's mostly gone, because that person is now gone. So I will get to that maybe later. And then I'll share the goodies from the Gem Fair and a couple of decks that I picked up. Was it last week or a week before? I think it was last week during the holiday festival. There's a city within San Diego County called La Mesa, which isn't too far from me, and they had like a little street fair going on, and I happened to run into it when I was going to go get my hair done by my bestie, or one of my besties, out there in La Mesa as well, and I was like, oh, dude, Gem Fairs rock. Pun intended. Yeah, and so I was like, what's going on? She's like, oh, there's like a holiday like street fair going on, and I was like, oh, okay. So I went down there and actually ran into one of my my colleagues at the school I work with. She was helping a friend out, like sell leggings, like they do like this, like these cool like leggings in their booth. So there was that, there was all kinds of good food, there was like my old elementary school, well, I went there for like kindergarten and first grade, but it was a really good school, and so, I chatted them up, and I was like, do you guys still do the theme song? Really? Well, we really only have one Gem Fair here, and, they're only in town, like, every couple months or so, but really there's not, like, too much else. I mean, we have a few, like, woo-woo places, but I don't know if, like, San Diego's, like, a total woo-woo town. Well, I guess maybe if you're in OB. Okay, maybe if you're in OB. But yeah, so I was like chatting them up. I was like, hey, do you guys still do the chant? And they're like, we don't have a chant for our school. And I'm like, you did back in the 80s. And they're like, what is it? And I said, it didn't really have any words. You guys remember the song that it was an 80s song. It was like, na 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 na, Na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Well, okay, maybe that wasn't 80s, maybe that was 70s. But anyway, but that was our chant for our school. But instead of it was hey 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 goodbye, it was like hey 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 SMA, because that was like a it's just our school, and I don't know. And so they were like, oh my god, we don't even know that chant anymore. So like I had to school these people, and I was like, hey, like, is this teacher there, that teacher there? And they're like, no, they're probably like retired or dead. And I was like, wow, well, I guess it really was a long time ago. 90 minutes, holy guacamole, that is a far drive. I guess maybe online shopping is I don't know, but usually I don't want to buy all my rocks online. Sometimes you just want to feel them in your hands. Okay, so let's see. And then what else do I have here? Oh, our Christmas card. I wanted to show you guys. So I get them printed at Costco, but it took me a while because I had like my light stands up and I'm like trying to take this picture, and Wally was going crazy because, well, number one, when I put the shutter on like constant, shutter speed, that freaks him out a little bit. Plus, the guy that was our former friend that was working on the house, he was like crawling around up in the attic, and it was like freaking him out because Wally's like, oh my god, there's like somebody in the ceiling. And there's like, all this, it was too much construction and stuff going on for Wally, so it was hard for him to be still, so he's a little blurry in the picture. But that's it. That's our Christmas card, and it's, got a nice little back. And I love the thick cardstock of like these Christmas cards, because then people can cut them out and use them as like actual pictures for like photo albums, because I have friends that do that, and that's what I do, is I cut out their pictures and put them in. So out of like the hundreds of pictures that I took, that's the only one that was kind of okay for the Christmas card. And then we keep them all up on the fridge, so we have all our years of like Christmas cards on the fridge. So yeah, so those are gonna go out on Monday. And one of the staff members at the school that's in my department, in the English department, she got me some bath salts for Christmas. So I was like, wow, these are a lot of bath salts. Like I could probably like add some herbs to these, kind of like the moon box, and like maybe like make my own little thingies, because I think this is pomegranate. It's pomegranate acai bath salts. So I don't know, probably add some little herbies to that and spruce this up a little bit. I think I can do that. And then I got some hand soap from my department chair. So yeah, I got 2 little gifts so far, and I wasn't like really expecting gifts, because when you work at a high school, like people usually don't gift, around the holidays. Dude, bath salts are awesome for sore muscles, especially Epsom salts with magnesium, because that penetrates the skin, gets down nice and deep. So yeah, like high schoolers don't really give gifts, because they're in high school, and that's like more of an elementary school thing. So like high school teachers, it's not like I'm expecting gifts, because I never really expect gifts, kind of at the high school level. So when I do get them, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's so sweet. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to that gem fair stuff, because I keep looking over at it. I'm like, whoosh, whoosh. And Wally's looking at me over here because he's like, Mom, throw the hair tie. Okay, so the first thing, there's, it's usually mostly some of the same booths, that kind of travel, with the gem fair. And so there's this first booth that I always hit up, and it's a wonderful like husband and wife couple. They're from India, and so a lot of their stuff is Nepalese and Indian. And they always give really good deals, and they're always really sweet. And so I bought a couple of things, and one of the things, I think I'm going to gift it, but I got this beautiful wrap. So it's got some beautiful stitching on it, and this was $30 for like a handmade wrap, and this is from Nepal. So yeah, and it's so warm and cozy, and it's in my favorite blue. So this one I might keep, but the blanket I might gift, and I'll show you guys that in just a moment. Yeah, so it's like, sometimes I see these in other stores, and when they're kind of gone through retail, they'll sell them for like $100 something, $200, and when you go straight to like the people where it's from, they're like, we'll do $30. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so yeah. Oh, what up, Green Owl? What's up? What's up? What's up? Little later than usual today for me, but we'll see if we get some more peeps in here. Okay. As you guys know, I like to make bracelets. Or any of you guys remember Arsenio Hall? It was you guys remember Arsenio Hall? You got Arsenio Hall? Anyone? I love to make bracelets, and so you know, my Etsy shop, I sell not only my readings, but I have bracelets and things like that. And so I'm always on the lookout for, you know, beads on sale so that I can like make new bracelets, and sometimes I just make them for myself, but sometimes I'll sell them on the shop too. So my awesome yes, the echoes of late night television. Oh, Sapphire Hands is here. Hey, what's up? And so there's this really nice man from China who has these beads, but he's not there all the time, and usually it's always like his sign is always like 60% off. And so I bought a few strands of beads, and he says, you know, I used to sell like gemstone quality things. I used to sell like jewelry and high-end jewelry, and he says, and at some point he says, I decided I wanted to sell like beads and things that people could make their own jewelry instead of me selling high-end jewelry. It goes, and I've made, he says, I've had more fortune, he says, by selling things where people can make for themselves, he says, than I could selling things that were overpriced, you know, and excuse me, high-end. He says, and perhaps because, he says, I'm surrounded by all this beautiful quartz. He's this really nice old man. And so I got, this is rutilated quartz beads, and so I was thinking of turning this into a bracelet, but instead of just making it all quartz, I got these beads too, and this is turquoise, so some nice turquoise beads. And I was thinking of putting like maybe 4 of these beads in here to kind of, you know, break up, and I think they would go well together. So there's that. But then I also really wanted, I don't know, I was like in a rhodonite mood, so I got some rhodonite beads as well. And so maybe, you know, I could mix in some of the turquoise with the rhodonite, and I think those would make some really nice bracelets too. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun little project. You know, maybe, I don't know if I'll sell those in my shop, we'll see. I might end up just making them for Christmas gifts, because I have a few people in mind that I want to make some of my sprays and bracelets for Christmas. So yeah, let's see. Oh, my Gem Fair pass. I was really into picking up like the little carved animals, and so again, like I said, I was in a rhodonite mood. So I have this little rhodonite elephant, and I've been seeing a lot of elephant imagery lately, like a lot of elephant imagery. So I'm like, okay, like maybe I need more elephant in my life. So I really only have one little elephant, a little gold elephant, and I keep it in my armoire. And so yeah, so I got my elefante. Yeah, they're really cute. I have a few of them up here on my altar, and I also have a couple of like carved kitties. They're on my nightstand because they remind me of Wally. I also got a turtle because, as you guys know, I'm a totally turtly person. I'm total turtle power. So this is little opalite turtle, and he looked like the best of the bunch. So he's gonna be going up on my altar. So my little turtle. So turtle. And then this one I could not leave behind. It like stood out like a glowing beacon in the darkness. It's a rhodonite unicorn head. Like, I couldn't leave this behind. I was like, yeah, it's coming home with me. And I don't think I have like carved unicorn anything. I mean, I've got a couple like unicorn things, but I don't have a lot of unicorn stuff, and I love unicorns, and one of my spirit animals is a unicorn. So yeah, this was pretty special to me. Get a closey. Yay. Let's see. And then oh, at the the booth I was at with the nice couple, you know, from India, you know, I was like, oh, I always stop at your booth, you know, every time you guys are in town. And he's like, oh, I know. He goes, you're always very familiar. Sammy, what's up? He's like, you guys are always, he says, you're always very familiar. So he says, you know what? He says, I thank you for your business that you give my shop. He said, you pick out any stone you want, like for free. And I was like, okay. And it was really nice of him. So I grabbed this awesome piece of carnelian. And what's nice is I like that it had a couple of little holes in it, and it's kind of like a little druzy almost in there. So yeah, so I got to have this awesome little thingy for free. It was a nice little gift from him. So yeah, he and his wife are so awesome. And then I always hit up the like geology student booth, and it's always like the same like beatnik guy that's working the booth, and he's oh gosh, what is his name? I learned his name last time. I think it's like Brandon or something. But he's really cool, and he'll give you a good price. And so I got the name of this quartz. It's a smoky quartz, but the crystalline structure is different. So instead of it, you know, perfectly coming up to a point, it's more scaly and crackled. I don't want to say it starts with an E. Gosh, it'll come to me. I'll remember. But yeah, it's they said translated, it means like alligator skin. So it's like alligator skin quartz. Is what it translates into, but it's from Brazil. So yeah, it's my beautiful, beautiful little smoky, and figured celestial. Thank you very much. Yes, New Age Lunatic got it. So it is celestial quartz. So I got a little chunk of this, and I think this was $5. And then I got a piece of yellow opal, and this was like I think $5 too for a little piece of yellow opal. Very pretty. I've been collecting little chunks of opal lately. I don't know why. And then this one, which is actually heating up my hand right now, so I'm guessing I'm probably going to have to hold on to this while I do this live chat, is I got this beautiful piece of green tourmaline. So this one was a little bit more expensive. This was $16, but that's because, you know, it's green tourmaline. It's actually a nice piece of green tourmaline. So yeah, and it's heating up my nice cold hands. So green tourmaline's gonna warm my hands right now while I do this live chat. And then there's a Chinese couple, husband and wife, and I love that they're all just like strictly business, like, you know, this is that and that is that, you know, and they act like they're not gonna negotiate, but then you have to be hardcore too, and you're like, oh yeah, well what if I get this, this, and this? Like, then would it be this? And they're like, okay, like we do it for this price. And I'm like, could you do it for this price? And I love the like negotiation. And then afterwards it's all smiles. So I love that fun like negotiation game with them. So I got an aqua aura quartz. So that's nice and purdy. Again, in my favorite purdy blue. And I got a little meteorite from China. So I don't know, it's me and meteorites lately. This one's also rather warm, so maybe Mr. Meteorite and Mr. Green Tourmaline are going to be hanging out in my hands while I do this live chat. There's some crystal envy going on. Same with me whenever I'm watching anybody else's videos and they got their crystals, and I'm like, ah! And then there's one more. Oh, okay, I can show the blue one again. So yeah, look at all those babies like coming off of it. It's so pretties. Yeah, such a pretty. Definitely party. Wipe up the drill, Sammy. Wipe up the drill. So there's one final booth I was hit up, again, a very nice couple that, you know, and they always give you a really good deal. This next thing I'll show you was $20. Ah, it's a $20 piece of awesome super clear quartz. Like, you could see me behind it. That's how clear it is. Like, it's just, it's beautiful. And it was only 20 bucks. Yeah, so I saw it. I was like, oh, well, we'll be getting this. This will be the last purchase on the way out the door. Yeah, they're a really nice couple. So, like, should they have a list of things? You know what? I never go with a list of, because I really never know what's going to be at the gem fair, except for I know that there's a few booths that are always there, and I always know I'm going to be stopping at my favorite homies' booths, but I really never know what's going to be there, what's going to call out to me. They don't always have the same stuff, so I just kind of go with the flow. It's like something stands out like this, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'll get this, you know, and some things do stand out to me, but they're a little out of my price range, and I'm like, tell you what, I'll just hang out with your energy for a moment, and then people got to move on because you're a little out of my price range. Like, I saw these, they were like carved bird skulls that were about this long, and they were really cool, and I thought they were $15, and I was like, whoa, but that was the product number. No, they were actually like $150. I was like, oh, well, I'll just be putting this back down. I was just admiring it, you know, but I'll be, you know, maybe I'll be back. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, just moseying by. Okay, and then I also got, I mean, the chain's really long, and I'm going to take the chain off. I'm going to turn this more into a choker. But I got this. Oops. It's got a bunch of fuzz on it from my wrap right now. Yeah, but this is like, it's a really cool little pendant, and I thought I'd get, like, you know, one of, almost like a, well, almost like this, you know, get it so it's kind of like a choker. Yeah, and make it like a little choker. Well, little, this is a giant pendant, but I think that would be really nice. So yeah, yeah, I know, like, what up, dead cheeky? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll just like put this down, because I thought 15. I'm like, okay, well, that's a good price. Oh, that's the product number. Oh, okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll be back. Yeah, sometimes I think I'm like, I'm in the wrong profession here. Okay, these next stones didn't come from the gem fair. What's up? But they came from my boyfriend. He came back from Hawaii on Thursday night, so I had to pick him up just after 11 p.m. And then we finally got home, and I was in bed like probably after like 12:30, which is why this live chat is so late, because I've been trying to like catch up on my sleep. Yeah, things have just been crazy. The kids have been crazy. And I'll get into all those stories after all the pretties. Okay, so these rocks are from Hawaii. My boyfriend literally got them out of the ocean when he was body surfing the North Shore. And this is a piece of like kind of smoothed down coral that he picked out of the ocean. Another piece of smoothed down coral. And some more coral. And then it's like probably a piece of lava, but whatever, it was gifted by the ocean. Pele, we didn't steal it. And then I have to show you the little doll he got me. Hold on, it's on top of my Hello Kitty pile up there. Oh, good Lord. Okay. He got me this little hula doll. He's like, her name is Emma. Yeah, Pele's gonna get me. So yeah, he got me this little hula doll. Her little name is Emma. It's so cute. We have we have what's called our traveling horse. And we call him Giuseppe. He's like a little stuffed. Sorry about the leg view. And he's like this little stuffed horse, and we call him Giuseppe. And the reason his name is Giuseppe is because he first traveled with me to Italy, because I didn't want to take my identical little horse with me, because my boyfriend's like, well, that one's too precious, so we'll buy an identical horse, and then you can take that stuffed horse with you to Italy, and then that way if you lose it, you won't be so sad, because the other one has sentimental value. So I was like, okay, well, now Giuseppe has sentimental value because he's our traveling horse, and he goes with us wherever we go. So like when I drove my friends to Phoenix because they're moving out there, like Giuseppe came along. When we went on our anniversary trip to Tombstone, like Giuseppe came along. And every time my boyfriend goes to Hawaii, Giuseppe goes with him. And so it's become this thing that every time he goes to Hawaii, he takes pictures of like Giuseppe lounging in the sand, like Giuseppe watching his last sunset, Giuseppe flirting with the Hawaiian girls, like and he sends me these pictures, you know. And so he recently got me a little doll that kind of looks like me. And so he's like, I'm taking you to Hawaii, but actually was taking the stuffed version of me to Hawaii with Giuseppe. And so he's sending me pictures of like stuffed me and Giuseppe, like watching sunsets together, like eating my favorite macadamia nuts together. And so then he picked this up for me, and he had Giuseppe's like arms around like this girl and like little me. Oh, well, thank you, Sammy, for jumping in. Thank you so much. You have an awesome day too. And so like, yeah, so he's like, Giuseppe picked up another girl while he was in Hawaii. And so this was Giuseppe's other lady friend that came home with us. So yeah. See ya. So yeah. Oh, this was the other thing from that booth from the Indian couple. This is, gosh, I can't remember if this is from India or Nepal, but this is a blanket. So it's just a giant, awesome blanket. And they were like, oh, well, that's just like a single size blanket. We have twin size, we have queen size. And I was like, oh no, like I'm just wrapping myself up in this blanket. This isn't going on a bed. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And like that's the inside, and then yeah, that's the outside. So I think this will be just, you know, nice when I want to wrap myself up. Put this off to the side, and Wally's been really liking it, so I know it's got some good energy. He likes to lay on it. Okay, let's see, other things. The decks, the 2 decks that I picked up while I was at that holiday festival, street fair. Sorry, just move some of these decks out of the way. Let me see. It is hand stitched. It's really nice. I like that stuff. I like when things aren't, you know, super polished and, you know, perfect. I like when things have character to them, you know. Okay, so the first deck I got is by Scott Alexander King, and I have his circular deck, the Creature Teacher. I didn't know he made some other decks, but I mean, I guess if you probably made other decks, but so yeah, there's the backs of these cards, and these have been interesting because every time I go to pull a card, it's the exact same, like 3 cards, like every single time, and I'm like trying to, wow, sorry about that. I'm like trying to figure out what that means. I mean, it's more like, I guess that like the messages coming through from the same animal, but like elephant comes up, which is why I got this little where'd he go, my little rhodonite elephant, because the elephant here and here keeps coming up. Didn't know they had a picture of Wally. Yep, it's Wally. They put Wally in there. And also, oh, the Anubis Oracle. Yes. That's right at hand. So yeah, I've been enjoying this deck. It's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to work with it though, you know, and I think it's just like more me working with the animal energy than, let's say, like doing a spread or something like that. So I'm still working with it, still trying to figure it out. but it's been good. I've been keeping it around me. Like it's got some good vibes to it. And then the other one was the Art of Life Tarot. And I was like, because as you know, I love me some art, which is why I have so many gosh darn tarot decks and oracle decks. So this is the backs. I love the backs. And I love that there's a quote that goes with each of these gorgeous works of art. To me, it's I mean, kind of like reading it like a tarot deck, sort of, but it's more oracle to me, and I really dig it. I really dig like tapping into the energy of the paintings and the quote, and I don't know, it's just I've really loved working with this. Okay, so you use it like an oracle too, dead cheeky. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, I need to take a sip of tea because now it is story time. And I was kind of waffling whether or not I would share this with you guys because it might almost sound like I'm just ranting, and I'm not really ranting. It's just like, you know, like sometimes you just want to get things out, and it's kind of like, you know, I called up my best friend and I was talking to her for probably like an hour, and I was like, and it just kind of felt good, just like the more I talk, and it's just to get all of that out, you know. And so I even called like my dad, I called whoever would pick up the phone, and I just needed to get out like all my frustrations and everything that's just been going on, and some really bad stuff that's been going on. And so I don't know, so maybe I'll share it with you guys, but not because like I'm looking for sympathy or solutions. I mean the problem's pretty much like solved itself, but more just like sometimes I just want to get stuff off my chest, you know. So I'm gonna take a sip of tea. Oh yes, on pumpkin spice everything. So like I said, pumpkin spice is my favorite. It makes everything nice. Yeah, I brought this upstairs because I was like, you guys need to get in on this pumpkin spice tea. It's really the bomb diggity for sure. And I think Republic of Tea is doing free shipping right now. I should be a spokesperson for Republic of Tea. They should totally hook me up with some tea. Okay, children, settle in to story time. Okay, let's see. Where shall we start this story? Because it's a few different stories. Oh, you like that huge mug? It had a bunch of, when I got it from my boyfriend's mother for Valentine's Day one year, it was filled with jelly beans. I'll show you again. It's a massive mug. Yes, good tea, good tea. Okay, so, normally, I mean, around, okay, where do we start? Okay, so, around this time, because I teach all seniors, they get really crazy about their grades because, you know, they don't want to have to retake first semester, and we have like an online credit retrieval course, so they can take this credit retrieval course second semester if they failed first semester, but of course if they fail second semester, you know, they're not graduating. And so some of the kids are like really like, oh, can I turn in work from like September? And no. So you know, they get really upset and like, oh, I didn't know I had like 30 missing assignments. And the way I structure my classroom is I have everything written on the board, you know, the weekly calendars on the board of everything that we're going to be doing. Every kid has been assigned a laptop. There was a grant that was given to our district where there was one laptop for every child. So it's called the one-to-one program. So they have like internet access, they have a laptop so that every child can get their homework done, you know. And so our calendar is online. They submit things online. I also have something called Remind, and it's a texting thing where it sends text to their phones, but I don't know their phone numbers and they don't know my phone number. You know, it's strictly through their, like when they sign up. And so I can only see their name. Like I know who's sending me the text, but I don't know the phone number of the person. And if you try to call that phone number that's on there, it sends you to like a fax machine or something. So it's considered pretty safe for teachers and students to communicate. So I send remind texts of like when things are due, something's due tomorrow. I remind them like a million times in class. And so they have these huge things called exit tasks. And it's 60% of their grade, and 30% of their grade is classwork, and 10% is participation, which is based off of their attendance, which for some of them is pretty freaking horrible. And so the exit task they know is worth a lot of points. And so I tell them, you know, I remind them, you got to turn it in to turnitin.com, which checks for plagiarism, and Google Classroom, which is how I grade it. And if it's not turned into both, I'm giving you a 0, you know, and I don't know how many times I stated this. And so I had 2 kids out of the 149 students that I have who like didn't submit it to turnitin.com. And so I gave them a 0. And they're 2 like A students. And so there's a grace period of 3 days after it's due where if they turn it in within those 3 days, I'll still accept it, but I'll just dock it like a straight 15 points. And then after that, it's like a no-go. So then 2 weeks after it was due, so I'm always sending those. I mean, it's not a lot of texts, but like when we have big projects, I'll send those texts. And so 2 weeks after it was due, you know, I put all these grades in the grade book, and then one of the girls comes over and says, oh, it totally slipped my mind to turn to turnitin.com. I was wondering if I could turn it in now. And I said, well, where were you 2 weeks ago? She says, well, I've been really busy because I have AP classes and we have had deadlines for yearbook. And I was like, well, sweetheart, this is called life. And nobody, you know, you can't use I'm taking on AP and yearbook as an excuse. You took on extra responsibility because you are saying that you can handle the responsibility of everything that you have and that you can juggle it. And if you can't handle that responsibility, then maybe you need to cut back on some of those extracurriculars, you know, because your school work should not suffer because you want to take whatever class, you know. And so she was like, oh, well, I'm an AP student and this is just a regular college prep class. And she says, you need to give me my A. She says, because this is my, you know, you're ruining my perfect 4.0, you know, streak. And she's like, and she says, I won't get a gold star next to my name. And I was like, oh, well, whose fault is that? I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. She says, give me my A. And I'm like, I'm not giving you anything. and you know, and I said, you need to kind of check how you come up and present yourself to people, because if you are demanding something from somebody, you may want to come to them with a little bit more class and a little bit more grovel, you know, and a little less sass, you know, because then otherwise people are a lot less likely to do things for you. So, but if she does, I told her if she gets 100% on this final exam, she'll get her A in the class, because her grade really isn't that much lower. So then she was like, well, okay, so whatever. Yeah. So then I have this other boy who also didn't turn it in to turnitin.com, and he said, oh, well, his excuse was, and he said his excuse was much more relevant than any other student's excuse. I was like, oh, please enlighten me, because I have students who say, well, I'm an AP student, so therefore my excuse is more relevant. Oh, well, I had toe surgery, so mine's more relevant. Oh, I threw up for 1 day, so mine's more. I was like, please enlighten me. Tell me what your excuses, because apparently everybody's got a million excuses, and everybody's got an excuse. Tell me your excuse. And he's like, oh, well, Thursday night, the night before it was due, I uploaded it, but I couldn't do turnitin.com because my username and password wasn't working. And I said, okay, so we had school on Friday when it was due. Where were you? He says, well, you were absent. I said, well, I was on campus doing professional development. We have a student teacher in the classroom who's there all the time. Why didn't you talk to her? Well, I didn't think about it. I was like, he says, and I was sick on Monday I almost had strep throat. He goes, I'll even give you a doctor's note. And I said, okay, so you almost had strep throat on Monday. Where were you Tuesday? Where were you Wednesday when we still had a grace period? Where were you 2 weeks ago? You've been in school 2 weeks. Where were you? And he's like, well, I always get an A, and I think this is unacceptable. You need to give me some extra credit work so that I can get myself to an A. I was like, this is not a winning argument. like, go away. So he went away, but apparently his mother's a little on the psychotic side, where this has happened sophomore year, where he has failed to do something. His mother jumped in thinking she could like bully her way into strong arming the teacher into getting an A if she intimidated them enough. And so they needed the campus cop last time she did this. They needed the principal, the VP. They said apparently she's pretty crazy. Yeah. And so, you know, where she will demand A's for her twins, and I happen to have both her boys. But one has an A. I don't know why the other one couldn't get it in. Anyway, so I'm meeting with her on Monday with my department chair, because they don't want me to be alone in a room with her in case she does get a little crazy. And they warned me. They said because she's already in a battle with another teacher where she's fighting for an A. Yeah, and they're both going off to Arizona State. So, and I know that colleges don't give two flippin' whatevers about what a parent has to say, because once a child's 18 and they're in college, they don't have to tell a parent diddly squat. I know, because my stepmom's a professor and she tells them to F off. Literally, she hangs up the phone and she does literally tell them to F off. It's actually pretty awesome. Anyway, so they were like, well, you know, and if we have to get the campus cop in here, you know, then, and I was like, is she gonna like attack me? Because I will shank this woman in the neck. And and she's like, no, I mean, she should be fine. Just let her rant. She'll be really venomous. She'll probably call you all sorts of names, but you just need to kind of be calm, sit there and take it. Just nod your head. Let her call you whatever she needs to call you. Well, my stepmom has said that parents have come in trying to take final exams for their kids, and they're like, oh, well, but I'm her mother. And she's like, oh, I don't give a shit. She says, you are not the student registered to this class. She goes, maybe that works in high school, honey, but that don't work in college, and I will call security and I will have you removed. And the parents are always like, oh, but I pay the tuition. She's like, I don't give an F. Yeah, this is at San Diego State. And apparently a lot of other colleges, parents try to take final exams. They try to strong arm professors into like giving A's and things like that. Like a lot of parents think they can do a lot. Anyway, so I'm not trying to knock you guys that are parents out there. I'm trying to say that there are some parents that are psychotic, and for some reason they decided to breed, and that wasn't maybe such a good idea. Anyway, there are some really good parents out there, and you know, those ones aren't one, some of them. Anyway, so yeah, so I unfortunately have a meeting with this woman on Monday, and you know, I mean, my mindset, I'm not giving this kid an A because they would like to have an A. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people have this thing that, you know, because kids are seniors, we should be nicer to them. Oh, just let them graduate. Oh, you know, so they forgot to do half their work. Oh, they come in late every day by like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, some of them 50 minutes, and there's only like 6 minutes left of class. It's okay, they're seniors. And I'm like, BS. I'm like, these kids are going out into the world where they're going to be getting jobs and they're going to be running the world. I was like, that's not teaching them anything. I said, I'm going to be an old lady someday. I don't want those kids running the world with those types of morals and ideals. I said, because then my world's going to be crap. So I figure if I instill rigor and that there are consequences, you know, into them, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I'm trying to say that this is how the world is, you know, and at the same time, I try to be a listening ear and I try to help them with all their problems and things like that. Yeah, it's like total disrespect. So, and I'm all about respect. I respect them and I expect respect in return. Or expect respect. You know, and so like that's kind of the whole thing in my classroom, is that, you know, we respect each other, and we try to do good. I'm always trying to get them to do like philanthropic type of work. I'm always trying to say, hey, you know, there's stuff going down at the homeless shelters. Maybe you guys can do some volunteer work. Like, I'm always trying to get them to help other people, you know, because I try to be a good example of like, hey, this is what I do, and maybe you guys can do something like that. Yeah. And our school probably tends to have more of what's called the helicopter parents, because we're we're one of the top schools in the district. We have like the highest, you know, scores, and we have the highest like graduation rate and highest rate of students going off to four-year universities, and we tend to have a higher income level at our school too. I mean, not every kid's like a rich, you know, well-to-do kid. I mean, we have all sorts of income levels. We even have students that are, I think we have 44 like economically disadvantaged students at our school. We have 4 students who are homeless, like a couple of foster students. So we have all kinds, and then, but it seems like the problems parents usually come from upper economic backgrounds. But I'm not trying to pick on people from wealthier status. I'm just saying that that's kind of where some of our problem comes from, is some of those moms, like the stay-at-home moms that have a wealthier background, and maybe they just don't have anything to do. I don't know. Because I have a lot of, some of my friends are really wealthy and they don't act like that. So I know it's not the money making them act like that. Maybe they're just freaking nuts. But so yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that on Monday, but I am looking forward to the fact that I'm not going to change my mind, because I am a really stubborn person and I don't like when people think they can bully me and they think they can intimidate me. And maybe that's the, whatever, all those years of athletics of, you know, dealing with other people, you know, that has hardened me in that way. But, you know, I'm very protective of my students, and so I will, you know, I will not have a mom fly in and try to teach her sons that mommy's gonna, you know, do everything for them, because you know, mommy's not always gonna be there for them. You know, one day mommy's not gonna be there. So I want them to know that there are some people that mommy can't make do things. And apparently she's never really gotten her way at the school, but she keeps trying, and she tries to be psychotic about it. So yay, so I'm gonna be dealing with mommy on Monday. Sorry, I just need to, and I don't mean to be putting negativity out there with you guys. I'm just trying to get it off my chest. I mean, it's gonna be fine. Yes, she's a bully. It's doing an experience. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's great. Like doing intern, you know, type stuff. She probably does want attention. Maybe she just doesn't get enough at home or whatever it is. Yeah, so I know it's going to be fine, because I know I'm not changing my mind. I know my department chair will back me up. You know, I work with a really good team of people. Like, we're really tight-knit at the school. I work with really good people. The principal is a good person. The VPs are good people. And I know nothing would physically happen to me, because I would never let that happen. But just the, you know, just the idea of that all. Oh, wow, Chris Ant's here. What's up? Ask me what my grades were. Does not. Yeah. Yeah, my school does back me, so I'm very fortunate to work with the people that I do. So it's just like, you know, and all the kids are stressed out anyway, because they do have their final exams next week, and they've been prepping, and it's a presentation. That's what their final exam is. And so, you know, I'm timing them, and, you know, it's very strict, you know, what needs to be in that presentation. So I understand that kids are always stressed out at the end of this year. And I know that. So it's like, it's not like this is new for me. I mean, I always have kids that are stressed. I always have, you know, 1 or 2 parents that are whatever, self-entitled narcissists. Yeah, I never meet with a parent by myself. I always make sure I have another teacher, preferably my department chair, but my department chair is also a union rep, so that's always good too. And yeah, and then maybe that's not what's mostly weighing on my mind. I mean, that does stress me out too, but maybe here at home. Thank you. Please send me the good vibes. So nothing like wrong with my boyfriend and I. Like, we're totally like awesome. But I think I mentioned some videos ago that we had taken in, a person we thought was like a really good friend of ours. And I think this is kind of where most of my stress is stemming from. It's fine now. It's just I'm a little sad because my house is destroyed right now, and I can't even put up a Christmas tree. Like I can't. I mean, I have my altar here, and that's about the extent of like, you know, the Yule and the Christmas, you know, type stuff. And I really love Christmas. Like I'm a little kid when it comes to Christmas. I love to decorate. I love to decorate the tree. I love to wrap presents. I love to, you know, go shop for people and make things. And that's not, I'm not gonna not do that. Like of course I'm gonna continue making gifts and finding a place to wrap gifts that in the house. But you know, like we can't put up decorations this year. We can't put up a tree because there's no room because my house is destroyed. And it all started with this person. And like I said, I'm not trying to shove anything onto you guys. I'm not trying to make this like a really depressing Saturday. I promise I will uplift the air afterwards. I'm just trying to like, whew, just whoo. I just want to get this out, just woo. And then I promise we'll go back to bringing the vibes up, and I would never leave you guys on a downer, because like that'd be a really crappy way for me to end a Saturday for you dudes and dudettes. Yeah, so okay, back in July, and I won't mention this person's name. So back in July, this person called up my boyfriend, and he was a guy that we went to college with, like really good friend of ours. If we ever needed help, he'd be the guy you call on. Like he was always like, you know, there for you, always really nice and things like that. And so he had fallen on hard times, and it seemed like he was having a hard time getting his footing because he'd been jumping from job to job, and he had this like, and I probably don't even know now, maybe his ex-wife wasn't even crazy, he probably even made that up, but he would complain about his ex-wife, and that, you know, well, she wasn't an ex at the time, it was his wife at the time, and that she'd been stealing money, and so he had to sell the car, and they had like all these crazy bills that they couldn't pay, and she kept like taking all the money, and she was a stay-at-home girl. She retired at the age of 28, and all of her family's on public assistance, so they get $4,000 per person each month, because they have too much anxiety, so the state deems them unable to work in the workforce. So if you have too much anxiety, you can get $4,000 a month here in California to not work, and you get a free cell phone. And so her whole family was kind of living like that, and his family kind of lives like that. And so he's like, oh, you know, like I need some help. You know, I'm going through a divorce now, and I'm kind of working on my parents' house, but my parents don't want me here anymore. And then he moved in with his grandma, but then his grandma was going to kick him out, and we're like, you know, man, your family sucks. You know, of course, you know, you've always been a good friend to us. Of course you can move in with us. And he does construction, and so we're like, well, hey, we're trying to fix up our home. What if we do this? You know, we'll bring you and all your tools down here. We'll give you the guest bedroom. You have your own bathroom. My boyfriend cooks all 3 meals a day. So, you know, he cooks my meals because I'm spoiled, but he would cook his meals too. And he was like, and I'll do all the cooking. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about rent or anything like that. You could just stay with us. We'll help like work you out. Tara will help you with the spirituality and like, you know, some psychology stuff. I'll help, you know, get your body back in shape. And, you know, and my boyfriend helped him lose like 57 pounds in like 6 months. And he was like, you know, I'll help you lose weight and, you know, get you back into fighting shape. He says, we'll fix you up, bro. And if you work on the house, we'll pay your bills every month. And he says, well, that's cool. All I need is like $600 a month to like pay my bills. So we're like, great. So, you know, if you could get all that stuff that we need done in the house, of course we'll pay your $600 a month. And then we'll pay you for like, you know, we'll buy whatever tools and things that you need, and you know, we'll basically pay for everything, and then that way the money you make can help you get back up on your feet, and then maybe you can get an apartment or something like that. And he's like, great, I'll probably just be with you guys for like a couple of months. That's all I need is a couple of months, and then I'll get on my feet. And we're like, fantastic. And we thought we had like really, you know, solidified this, and so we're like, we're great. And so it was like fantastic at first to like, you know, have one of your really good friends with you and you're hanging out and talking. And we noticed that he was working at a really slow pace, where he didn't start work till I got home from work around 4 p.m. and then he worked for 2 or 3 hours, and then he would go for a 4-hour walk. So he only worked like 2 or 3 hours a day, and nothing really was getting done in the house. And then my boyfriend's like, well, bro, you might want to like step it up a little bit. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not familiar with drywall and this stuff. And we're like, well, then how did you work construction? He's like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden it was weird, like his personality started changing, and I loved having talks with him, and it wasn't like this, something was off. Like my gut, my intuition was telling me something was a little off. Like this wasn't the oh wow, Lyric Soul is here, what's up? I'm in the middle of telling a funky story, so I promise I'm gonna raise the vibes afterwards. I'm not trying to depress people's, I'll just be telling a story. And so it was like it's like he was playing dumb. He wasn't an addict, he was a liar, which we found out Thursday. And so he his personality was shifting, and then he started telling me these weird stories where he said that when he was in high school there was a girl that looked like me and he wanted her dead, and she got hit by a car and she died, and he was like, wow, I have a power of my mind. And I was like that's weird, like people don't tell you that, especially your good friend. And I was like, well, that's weird. I'm like why are you telling me that story? Other situations, no. Oh, dead cheeky. So it was like weird things. And then he would tell me how like wonder if it's him. Yeah, that's what I wonder now. I think he may have been lying about her, and here we were like trying to protect him because he was our friend. And so he was pretending not to know how to do the things in our home, and it was like, and he was trying to do things like really crackheady kind of way, and we're like, what are you doing? Like I could figure out how to do some of this stuff. It's like not rocket science. He's like, oh, like I don't know. And he's like, I haven't seen a ceiling like this before. It took him a week to paint the ceiling that's above my head right now. A whole week. This whole room was shut down because he was trying to figure out how to paint a ceiling. It was like weird stuff like that. It was like he was trying to be dumber and dumber, and I was like, how dumb can you be? And I was like, this is like, he's not a stupid person. Like why is he acting like he can't do these things? Like I could figure it out. My brother, who knows nothing, could figure it out. I'm like, and I was like what? I don't get, why are you acting like this, and it was just really frustrating. And so then I started getting really weird vibes off of him, where all of a sudden like when all of a sudden my gut feels like somebody's a bad person, I distance myself like 5,000 feet. So I'm like, I distanced myself, I stopped talking to him, I even stopped looking him in the eye, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like you really can see people for who they are when you look them in the eyes. And I didn't want to look him in the eye anymore, because I thought that what was there was kind of scary. And it actually makes me a little nervous to talk about it. And so so I stopped looking him in the eye, and I just like yeah, in my own home too. So it was like and my boyfriend had to yell at him to like clean his bedroom, because he had turned it into a rat's nest where there was like piles of trash like in there, and he had taken away the bed we had in there, and he was trying to sleep on the floor, and he had like surrounded himself in garbage, like literal garbage. Like we opened, because he always kept the door closed, we opened the door, we're like, what have you done to our room? Like there's garbage in here, you're not a rat, like stop. And then he would try and clean the bathroom with like toilet paper, and and then like he broke everything he touched. He even broke like the toilet bowl scrubber, and he like broke our hoses, he broke hose nozzles, he broke dishes. And he had this really crazy girlfriend who claimed she was the most powerful witch that ever lived, and she kept putting spells on our house, and that she had demons that she was sending to our house to like control him or she was psychotic. And so and then and then I'm putting all this like protection work, you know, in our house, and I'm like, man, your girlfriend's crazy. Well, then I find out he's crazy. So and so she starts stealing our stuff. She starts stealing like our china dishes and our silverware. And it's like, why steal that stuff? Well, the silverware, we were mostly upset because that was my boyfriend's mother's. You know, that's her silverware. So we had to send him on eBay and give him some money so that we could find the vintage silverware and the vintage Chinese or whatever China dishes, you know, from the 50s, and like try and buy those back. And we did. We got them back, you know, after he broke some of them and she stole some of them. Yeah, it gets worse. Yeah, so we got those back, and we're like, okay, we're happy. And then I think those two eventually broke up, but I think that's where he is now. He got back with her, and which I don't care. And she started harassing me on my YouTube channel, where she was like sending me messages how I should be grateful because she helped to buy back the things that she stole, so I should be thankful, forever indebted to her. And so I just like blocked her messages or whatever. And I'm pretty sure in my last live chat, or a couple live chats ago, where those Russian people were on here like calling me all sorts of names, and it was like they were trolling, I think those were her relatives, because you know she's Russian. So that was interesting, and I was like, whatever, she's trying to cyberbully me, I don't care, she's psychotic. So I was like, you know, and then we're like, man, how are all these crazy people around you? You know, we kept thinking it was just, you know, he's this unfortunate guy, until, you know, so I had already started distancing myself, and I was like, you know, something's up, and I'm trying to tell my boyfriend something's off about him. I don't care if he doesn't finish our house. Like, I want him out of the house. Like, I don't know that guy anymore. He's not my friend. I think he's really selfish. I think he has ulterior motives. I was like, I don't feel good. Like, something is wrong. Something is really, really wrong. My boyfriend's like, nah, you're just stressed because of school. He says, and you know, it's nothing. He's our friend. And I'm like, maybe he's your friend, but he's not my friend. You know, the way he takes advantage of us. And I said, we're paying him every month, and he's barely gotten anything done. And I said, the last time I checked my checking account, because he would demand a lot of food. He ate a lot of food. He liked really good types of food. And so in the 6 months, 11 grand of my money is gone because he needed that much money. He was like, money for this, drive him here, drive him there, this food and this tools, and you need this for your house, and like, and I don't know like what you need like to fix up a house. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like buying whatever, and that was like really stupid of me. And my boyfriend is having me use my insurance money from when my jewelry was stolen a couple of years ago. So that was the $11,000 from my jewelry money, because all of my jewelry was stolen when we had a break-in. And so we thought we'd put the money into the house, and that would be like something good that came out of something bad. Yeah. So I'm just a teacher. I'm not really like a wealthy person. So yeah, so he starts getting like weird, and like really weird, like he starts acting weird. And then one day he came over to me almost like really angrily. He's like, hey, he's like, are you and me good or like what? And I said, well, I don't know, maybe you actually do some work, and then maybe I'll think about it, you know. And that was like the end of our conversation, and because I was really done with him. And then Thanksgiving rolls around, and my boyfriend's like, can you take him to your Thanksgiving? I was like, I am not talking to him. I am not, he's not going anywhere near me and my vehicle, and I don't want him in my car. I don't want him, I was like, he is not going near my family. Like, are you serious? My boyfriend's like, oh, like, you know, he thinks that I'm just overreacting. I'm being like sensitive because my kids are stressing me out. And I'm like, no. And so he ends up going to my boyfriend's family's Thanksgiving, and I go to my family. I come back, you know, I bring my leftovers, and there was a piece of pie for me and my boyfriend that my aunt put together for us, and I put it in the fridge. Next morning the pie's gone, like some of the food's missing. And so I like asked my boyfriend, I was like, oh, what, like you weren't full enough from your family's Thanksgiving, you got to eat my food? He's like, I didn't eat your food. I was like, Lewis ate my food. I was like, and he says, well, he wanted some turkey, so I gave him some turkey, but I told him not to eat your other stuff. And that was like the breaking point for me, like this selfish person who's taken so much from me. I don't know, I just saw taking food from me when it wasn't meant. I don't know, I think maybe I overreacted on eating my pie. But that was like the last of it. And so like, I'm not an angry person, and I don't like having to be the alpha angry person, but in this whole time I felt like I became the alpha, and usually my boyfriend's the cynical like alpha person in this house, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I keep everything like copacetic and you know, I do my thing. And it's like our roles reversed in the situation where I became very fiery, short-tempered. I became very curt with my students. I'm very curt with this person in my house. I was getting more upset that people move our trash cans to park in front of our house. It was like little things were setting me off that usually I just like brush off as like, well, that's just dumb, you know. But it was like a more I became just you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like when my personality is like that. Like my personality just became so much more intense. Yeah, so it was like the last straw. And so I go to the gym, and I'm like, I'm cranking out at the gym. I'm just like, and I had been going to the gym more lately because I didn't want to be home because I didn't want to be near him. And I felt like really uncomfortable in my own home, like where I felt like I'm getting pushed out. Like I don't want to be in my own house. Because he felt that creepy. And like, you know, when you feel really like, ugh, like you don't want to be near somebody, like you get the creeps really bad. That's what I was getting off of him. And so I'm just cranking at the gym. And then like when I came home, and I just said a slew of expletives. and then I think I chucked something at him. And then I slammed the door. And then he started crying. He called my boyfriend, was like, oh, Tara's upset. Like, he says, you told me to eat her pie. He says, I didn't tell you to eat her pie. He says, yes, you did. You said, eat her pie and eat her food, and you have whatever you want. And my boyfriend's like, I never said that. And that was weird because he would hear us saying things we never said. Like he would hear us tell him, oh yes, please take our things. And it's like, we never said that, you know. And it was like, he would think that he's hearing these things, and I'm like telling my boyfriend, this is the mark of a crazy person. This is something that we can't help him with. He needs professional help, like psychological help. I'm like, something's wrong. There's a screw loose. What if he became dangerous, you know, because he also told me that he used to be in a gang way back when, and his job was to steal money and get back money for his dad, because his dad was a gang leader, and like, you know, and how he used to rough people up, and how and he would keep trying to tell me how strong he is. He would always tell me, he says, like, you think you're a strong girl, but he says, I'm able to take on several really big guys, like, you just don't know my strength. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? And now I think about it, I think he was trying to intimidate me, like, that if I ever got in his way, like he could remove me, you know. And I'm probably being thick-headed, and I'm just like and so yeah, and he kept telling me, you know, how much more powerful he was than I was, because, you know, I'm always at my altar and doing my things, and he would come in, and he would, I could hear him lingering outside the door, and he was like, what are you doing in there? And I'm like, I'm just doing my prayer stuff. Like, don't you have your prayer stuff? Because he had all his African stuff in his room. It was like his gosh, what is it? It's the I don't know. It's whatever. He believes in like a lot of African deities and stuff, and he says that they're really powerful, and he goes, and his were more powerful than anything I could ever, any of my guides or protectors, and how they could overpower anything I could ever do at any time. Like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, why are you even telling me this? Like, normal people don't have these conversations. You know, or out of the blue, you're just telling me that you have some like powerful gods that work for you or something. You know, and then, you know, so he had this like whole like African shrine set up in his room, and so like I could always hear him like like trying to get in on like trying to figure out what I'm doing over here, and that was creepy because this is like my personal space, and I'm like, I don't want people in unless I invite you in my personal business, like stop creeping on me. And so that was creepy. And so then cut to my boyfriend yelling at him and telling him he will now work 8-hour days, 8 or more hour days, because there hasn't been enough work done in the house. And then he starts complaining. My boyfriend says, first thing, Story Carver, what's up? My boyfriend said, you will stop eating in our front yard without a shirt because you're creeping out the neighbors. And he's like, oh, well, that's where I like to look at your reservoir when I eat. And my boyfriend's like, well, go eat in the backyard. He says, oh, well, can I see the reservoir from there? He's like, well, no. He goes, well, then I'm not eating back there. My boyfriend's like, what the? I don't give two shits where you want to eat. He says, you go eat there and you're going to eat at a table. And then he starts crying like a kid. He's like, I don't want to eat at a table. I'm a nature man. Nature people don't eat at tables. He goes, man. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, okay. And it was like all this crazy stuff, and he would tell me how he's a nature guy and his job in the world is to kill all the wolves and animals because he is about nature. Yeah, he's gone as of Thursday. And I was like, this is like crazy talk. Like, what are you talking about? And so my boyfriend goes to leave for Hawaii for 8 days, and I kept telling him, I don't want to be left alone in the house with him. Like, I don't want to be alone with him for 8 days. Like, I said, I feel really like something's wrong and weird. I was like, I don't want to be with this guy. Yeah, I'm about nature, so I'm gonna kill the animals in nature. I was like, what? And so then he starts working on the living room, and so we had to move all our furniture out of the living room, and our furniture is kind of like in this room and the dining room and our bedroom. And so that's why, like, I can't put up Christmas decorations because, you know, everything's kind of everywhere. And at one point he had like put a cloud of like dust in the house, like this like white paint like got everywhere into like every nook and cranny of my home, like every windowsill, every picture frame, every book. And so I've had to deep clean this entire house of like scrubbing everything with basically a toothbrush, like trying to get into certain crevices to get the paint and dust and stuff out of here because he messed up. And so then he had walled off very crackle-headedly, and maybe I'll take you guys on a tour of the home. And so at the same time, I'm trying to deal with like that psycho parent at the school and my students, so maybe you guys can kind of see now where all my stress was coming from. And like, the only thing that's de-stressing is to make videos for you guys. Like, seriously, like, this is my fun thing that I love to do, so I love making videos. And so that's like what I was doing to like decompress, was like make my videos. And so my boyfriend leaves for 8 days in Hawaii, and this guy is getting up kind of when we tell him to, because we told him that he needs to be up by the time I leave, and he needs to be finishing around 7. And so he was kind of getting up around 7 then, and he would finish around 5, and then he'd go for a 5-hour walk, and sometimes he wouldn't get home till 2 or 3 in the morning because he's off walking in the hills and people's backyards. I just feel like something's up. You know, so he started having like really quiet conversations on his cell phone, and then when he would know that I'm listening, he'd leave the house for like 4 hours, and like something was up. And so then Thursday I get home, and that's the day I'm supposed to be picking up my boyfriend from the airport around like 11:20. Michael Keaton moves into someone's house and starts destroying it. Yes! Dude, it's the total Michael Keaton movie. And so, hold on, let me just have some more. And so then, I get home and I can't find Wally. And I'm like, Wally, Wally, and I can hear him yowling, but I can't find where my cat is. And so, usually if like this guy is working on the house and there's chemicals in the air and he doesn't want him to breathe it, he'll lock him up in our bedroom, which is fine because there's a litter box and he has a food and water dish in there. And so he's not locked up in our room, and I'm looking around, I'm looking in the closets, like maybe Wally got stuck somewhere. So I'm like, okay. And so then I hear him pawing at the door, and I realize that Wally's locked in his room. And so I open the door, and Wally comes out, and his fur is hot, so you could tell he was stressed out. And I'm like, oh no, like, Wally, how did you get in there? And I didn't want to look in the guy's room, so I just like closed the door right away, and I brought Wally out, and the first thing Wally had to do was go pee. So I know that he's been locked in there for several hours, by the time I got home at like 4:30. And he was hungry and he was thirsty, and I'm like, where's so and so? And so I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, I calm Wally down, and then I'm just like, what an a-hole, like, why, what, didn't even notice that you locked my cat in your room. And so then I went out to go water our yard, because I try to water before it gets dark. And I don't know why, but I noticed a nickel on the ground. And for some reason, I knew something was really, really wrong. I was like, why is there a nickel on the ground? I'm talking to my boyfriend on the phone as he's getting ready to board his plane. And I was like, something's wrong. I don't know where this guy is at. Like, something's wrong. And he's like, why is finding a nickel on the ground means something's wrong? And I said, because I get messages in the form of change. I just know something's wrong. And then I find like some more change and some more change, and the change adds up to 13 cents. And I don't know why, like, that means something for me. Well, his number, like his number is 13. Like, if you add up his birth date, that whole like numerology type thing, like, I know that it's the number 13. And for some reason I was like, 13 is him, 13 is death, 13, something's wrong. There's 13 cents. Why is there 13 cents in my yard? That's not normal. I go into the backyard. Backyard's trashed. Like, there's paint all over, and maybe I'll take you guys in the backyard. That's why I don't do my filming in the backyard anymore, is because the backyard's destroyed. Well, it's even more destroyed now. And all his tools are gone. And so then I sprint back into the house, and I run up into his room, and I realize his room is cleared out too. And the screen's like bent and busted. So here's what happened. We have security cameras all inside our home. We have security cameras outside the home that face like the street from the front door and everything. He knows there's security cameras. He had moved all the cameras so we couldn't watch him do all this stuff, knowing that we can watch from our cell phones what's going on in the house. So he had moved all those things so that we wouldn't get the notifications that there's movement in the house. He also didn't want to put Wally into our room because there's a security camera in that room. It would make a great movie. But yeah, there's a security camera in our room, and he didn't want us to become suspicious, so he made sure Wally was locked up in his room without food or water or a litter box or anything. So that there wouldn't be any suspicion raised. I think he jumped out the window onto our roof over the garage, and then like threw his stuff out through there, because now our window's all jacked up there. And then he went out to the back through our neighbor's yard, because we don't have cameras over there, but our neighbor does, so I'm going to be checking those cameras. And he grabbed all the stuff and brought it out through that side of the house. And the only time he made it on the camera is because he forgot his pre-workout powder in our refrigerator, and he had to go back in through the front door to go get it and come back out through the front door. So he was gone at roughly, if we look at the cameras, around 10:30 a.m. And then what makes me most upset, dude, this would be the best freaking seller. What makes me the most upset, number one, that he messed with Wally, and like, nobody messes with my cat like that. That's my little fur baby there. Like, that, if he is my child, okay? You don't mess with my family. And so before he left, he had asked for his money again, his bills money. And my boyfriend came to me and says he needs extra money this month because he hasn't been paying his health insurance, and they're gonna cut off his health insurance. So he says, I'll pay the $600, but I need you to pay the $260.38. And I said, why does he need an exact number? I will cut a somebody messes with my fur baby. And so and I was like, it just seemed weird. Like, why do you need such an exact number? Like, doesn't he have 38 cents in his account? Like, why does he need $260.38? Like, that, or it was like 268 and 38 cents. I don't know. It was like some exact number, and it didn't make sense to me. And my boyfriend's like, well, you need to cut him a check. And I'm like, I'm not his mama. You cut him a check. You know, my boyfriend kept saying, well, he's just, like, come on, like, don't be like that. This guy needs health insurance. You know, like, he says, we're just trying to help him out. And like, maybe you're trying to help him out, but this guy is my friend anymore. I'm not writing him a check. You know, and my boyfriend's like, well, you're writing him a check, you know. And then Sunday night, my boyfriend's like, have you written him a check yet? And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, well, he needs it like today. Like, write him a check. This was last Sunday. And I'm like, no, I'm not writing him a check. And then my boyfriend's like, he's like, don't be like that. We're, you know, be a good person. This person really needs it for his health insurance. I'm like, so I wrote him a check, and apparently it was cashed on Tuesday. I know because I called the bank because I wanted to put a stop to it after I found out he left. So what he did with the money was he asked for extra money because we're pretty sure he went down the street, which is why he went on like 5-hour walks, rented a U-Haul, put the U-Haul just out of sight of our cameras in the front of our house so that we couldn't see it. And like, it was blocked by our tree, so you know exactly where to put it. Loaded up all his stuff through our neighbor's side yard, so that we couldn't see what was going on. And then the extra money was to help him stay afloat for at least another month after ditching us. But then he decided to leave that whole living room destroyed, and my ceiling is Swiss cheese right now, and there's wires like hanging down everywhere. And he knew that we were having family coming into town next week. And so he decided to cut everything up and destroy it before he left, and the backyard before family comes. So, but my boyfriend said, he says, you know, even though our house is destroyed, he said, you're more calm than I've ever seen you since he's been here. And I was like, you know what? It's because he's gone. I was like, that's all I wanted. I wanted him to just be gone. Yes, definitely. And I'm like, but I feel better, like, because he's gone. The only thing that makes me upset is because of, you know, what happened to Wally and the fact that I couldn't put a stop to my check. And I knew deep down that I really, really didn't want to cut that check. Like, and I knew that my intuition was right this whole time, that something was off, something was wrong. And the fact that he was smart enough to do all this stuff and how fast he worked was that he was lying this whole time. He pretended he was dumb. He pretended he didn't know how to do these things so that he could extend the amount of time that he stayed with us without barely having to do any work, so that we can continue to pay his bills. And that's how he got his bills paid. And then we're, you know, as I'm figuring out, when my boyfriend started writing him to actually like put some actual hours into work, that's when he was like, man, I'm out of here. Like, I'm not working full days. And then with me, because I was angry at him, he was trying to get me to feel sorry for him, you know, so that every time, well, I have to, the room's right next to me, so I have to, because it smells, it stinks. So I have to scrub that room. I'm gonna like, you know, do one of those carpet cleaners today. So I'm gonna carpet clean, I'm gonna clean the windows, I'm gonna clean the tracks in the windows. My boyfriend fixed the screen that he jacked up like already. We're washing all the bedding. I think I'm gonna throw away those sheets, but we like, we're cleaning the blankets and things. I'm gonna have to detail that bathroom. He broke the shower, so we're gonna have to fix like the shower head and the shower handle and stuff like that. And then like kind of good karma is like, right after he left, like that Friday, I got all these people buying like readings in my Etsy shop. So it's like the universe was like, okay, like here's some money coming in. And it was like, oh my gosh, like this is great. And then my boyfriend happened to walk into like one of his jobs where he walked and found a guy that he had worked with before who's done a bunch of like work for a house before, but he's just been really busy. And he ran into him and he tells him this whole story, and the guy's like, man, that's jacked up. He goes, I am busy, but I can fix your living room. You just have to wait until after the new year. And so, and this guy's like a really good guy. Like we know him. He's done like work for us before, and he's an actual licensed like contractor guy. And so our living room is gonna get fixed. It'll just be after the new year. And you know, and I'm just gonna have to put a little elbow grease and I'm gonna have to, you know, clean up that room, that bathroom, clean up our dining room that's destroyed. And you know, and my boyfriend today is gonna be like taking all the plastic and stuff down and everything that he's done down in that room, and he's gonna take it all down. So You know, and maybe I can sort of put up a tree maybe later, but I don't know, because I don't know how fast we're going to be able to clean this mess up. I know the backyard's just not going to get clean yet, because it's I don't know if we'll have time for that right now. We're mainly focused on the house because we're gonna have guests in this house. My boyfriend's older brother and his sister-in-law are coming. His best friend that he stayed with in Hawaii is gonna be coming over here, so we're gonna have people here, so it's more that we need to get the house all cleaned up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had this planned from day one. This was his plan, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I think the lesson for me is my intuition is always right. Trust that intuition. And my boyfriend, you know, he was joking about it yesterday, but he says, you know, this has brought a lot of things to light for him, because my boyfriend, he likes to try and fix people. Like, he's one of those guys where, like, I'll fix them, I'll make them see that their situations are bad, and he likes to help people. He wants to get people on their feet. Like, he keeps trying with his dad, and I'm like, you know, and so it was like watching him try to fix, you know, everything that's wrong with his own father with this person, and now he sees that, and he sees the error, and he was like, man, he goes, how come I didn't see that? I was like, I saw it. Like, loud and clear. And he says it was so weird, because he goes, no, normally I'm the cynical person and you're the person who's always like willing to help out people and everything. And he says it's like our roles reversed. Well, I at least want the people who come to my home to have a place to sit. So, you know, he was like, he says, you know, I should have known something was wrong. He says, when, you know, you wanted this person out of the house, and that's not like you to act like that. And he says, and for me to like be adamant about keeping this person, he goes, that's not me to act like that. So he says, I should have known. He says, but I guess we all just kind of like learned something. He says, I learned that I can fall into that hole of, you know, not wanting to see, you know, things for how they really are. You know, when you were a friend with somebody for so long, you don't want to see that this person is actually like, you know, putting one over on you. And he says, and like, now you see, goes, it's like, because it's kind of happening in his own family too, and it's kind of ironic that he allowed it to happen to him. And he's like, man, like, whoa. He says, man, he goes, it's like I was allowing it to happen, just like I get on my family for allowing it to happen to them. And I'm like, oh my God, like I just did the same thing to myself. And he's like, and in not so many words, he said I was right. Because he will never admit, ski, that I was right. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm too embarrassed to show you guys the mess, but I don't know. I mean, just so you guys can see the crackheadiness, I mean, but I'm feeling really good about it now. I mean, I feel a lot better now that I got to, like, you know, get it off my chest with you guys. So thank you guys for allowing me to just get it off my chest. You know, everything's gonna be fine. We have a trusted person, you know, contracted, licensed, trusted person who's gonna come in, fix up that living room. My boyfriend and I are gonna clean up this house. We're gonna have family in here. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, crazy crackheads. And, you know, and that mom that I'm gonna deal with on Monday, she's not gonna get her way, because ain't nobody gonna get their way with me. Yeah, and I mean, the kids are always stressed all the time, so I mean, this is just how it's gonna be. And Christmas is not ruined, because I'm still gonna make gifts. I still have bought a lot of gifts for people. I'm still gonna go to my dad, my stepmom's house, and yeah, it's still gonna be Christmas. I'm still gonna be doing my baking, and I love to bake my pies, and I'll be baking my cookies, and I'll be baking some like Filipino desserts. So, you know, I'm still gonna be doing my stuff. Maybe I won't have a tree, yes, but everything's gonna be fine. So I don't know, maybe the story was just to kind of say that, you know, sometimes life can go into one, serve you up a shitty smoothie, but it's okay, because you can pour the shitty smoothie out, and I don't know, somebody come up with a better metaphor. But yeah, I think everything's gonna be just fine because I feel a lot better that that person's gone, and that's all I wanted was the person to be gone. Houses can be fixed, dust can be clean, dirt can be clean. Yeah, so yeah, but everything's all laughs now. Um, um, there is one weird thing though. After he left, there is this one what up, Veronica? She probably just jumped in at like a random time. Sorry, Veronica. um, there is this weird energy that's in the house. I mean, it's probably, we're getting our locks changed today, and I already, like, that same day that he left, I changed the garage door code. So that's been changed. So it's just changing the front door locks, but we don't really have like any other doors that he can get into. I mean, there's the sliding glass doors, but there's no like keys to them. So yeah, so and then we have like some security stuff on the side of the house, so it's not like you can break in through the windows there. You'd need a fireman's axe, and it would still take a long time to get in. So so yeah, it ends on a good note though, you know, happy ending. Everything's gonna be just fine. And I'm not wearing rose-colored sunglasses, although I do own those. No, everything really will be fine. So yeah. But just for giggles, let's take you guys. I think I can flip the camera around during a live chat so you guys can see. All right. Ooh, whoops. Almost kicks my unicorn. No. All right. Okay. So I'm a flipski the camera around, and then we'll go on a tour, and then maybe I'll do a tour later when my house is all fixed up, and then you guys can see kind of like how nice it is afterwards. Yeah, Wally's okay. Wally's he's asleep back there somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around after I lift it up here. Ugh. Oh, good God, my knees are getting old. Too much track. Everything is fine now, but I think you guys are letting me get that off. Okay, so there are some holes in our walls around the house, which we'll have to get those fixed. So I'm gonna flip the camera around here so you guys can see. Okay, so this area here, he like taped up a hole, so we have to get that hole fixed, and we need to get an electrician in to kind of fix what he did. That was his room. You guys probably feel the bad juju coming out of it. It's so gross. But there's this weird like it's not a ghost in here, but it's this weird dark energy. It's this like crazy lady that keeps like, I don't know. I need to smudge her out of this house because I don't know. Oh, by the way, there's my awesome altar. Ho, 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 ho. There's a hole that needs patching. Okay, let's see, and turn on the don't look at my boyfriend's laundry. He left the plastic up here, but the tape has been up there for so many months that if we take it off, we take the paint off, but I think that's just how it's going to be. We'll just repaint it. And then there's like a bunch of ceiling stuff up here. Like, I don't know why that towel is there. Like, I don't know. Because he liked to crawl around in the attic, and he would just like hang out in the attic for hours doing who knows what. He just liked to be in the attic. So he was always crawling in our attic and I don't know, like a rat. Let's see. Gotta patch up that hole that he created as well. Let's see, that's his destroyed bathroom, and I think he broke the shower in here. We're gonna have to fix the knob, because yeah. I'm just gonna back out of here. You're right, Lyric Soul. Dude, we're just backing out. So yeah, I'm gonna be deep cleaning this, and after I deep clean it, I'm gonna do like a whole like witchy ritual, and like get this all cleaned up. That's our whole house fan, and he left the tape on there so long that the tape is taking the paint off. So my boyfriend's gonna go up there with like one of his tinting razor blades, which isn't like a normal razor blade, and you know, get that off. Okay. Let's see, in our room, he drew all these lines on our ceiling, and the lights aren't really plugged in all the way, so they're kind of hanging out of the ceiling, and he didn't really patch up everything that he messed up, so we're gonna have to get this like redone up there in the room. And let's see. Oh, there's Wally. You guys want to see Wally? Hey, baby. Your friends want to say hi? Yeah. What up, Amber? Hey, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I don't let anything bad happen to my baby. Yeah, are you nesting right now? Yeah. Oh, you're purring. Oh, so Green Owl, you had something similar. Ugh. Yeah, you guys get a purry Wally. Okay, you go back and take your nap. Yeah, that's his little nest. These are his little toys. He likes to kill this little animal. And this is his little lammy. He loves to kill lambs. And this is his little puma. And like little blankie and everything. So, hey, baby. You go back to sleep. I'm just gonna make my rounds. Okay. Oh yeah, another hole that needs patching. Okay, and we're going downstairs. I'm so glad you guys got to say hi. Oh, I do have my one Christmas decoration. It is my wreath. Admire the wreath. Ha 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 ha. It is Christmas in one area of my home. There's nothing very yeah, well, yeah, we'll probably have to send somebody in the attic and like be like, what's going on up here? I know that he was trying to mark symbols up there or something, I don't know, and there was like he kept saying there was something chasing him around up there, and my boyfriend even said there was some weird stuff going on. We have to fix this one light that he didn't quite put up all the way. He did fix the ceiling in here because he fell through the ceiling, and so my entire ceiling had fallen down, and then he decided to take off and have a lunch, and I came home to a kitchen that was like freaking destroyed. But I have since scrubbed this, and I scrubbed every cabinet. I took everything out of every one of my cabinets, every dish. I cleaned every dish, every spoon, everything, because it was covered in like crap. So I have cleaned this kitchen. I have not done the dishes, but I have cleaned this kitchen. Oh, here's what I was telling you guys, our all our Christmas cards from like years past. This was our old cat Presley. Presley's our little baby that's buried out in our backyard, but he's our little angel, and we still hear him in the house all the time. So our Presley's still in the house. Then there's our Wally. Yeah, so those are some of our little Christmassy cards from years past. Oh yeah, so okay, this is all our furniture from the living room in my dining room. So this, usually our tree goes over there, but obviously there's a couch there right now, so I can't really decorate. Okay, so he taped off this area because that's the living room. And let's see. Oh yeah, so there's just a bunch of stuff that doesn't belong in this room, so it's kind of a cramped room right now. And then he did this, like I don't even know what the heck, like he was trying to barrier this off, and these are my boyfriend's film boxes, but every day he was like taping and adding to it, and it was, I don't know what the heck he was doing. Okay, and then I'll take you guys outside because that's the only way you can access it, but it's like crackhead. Oh, that's not a crackhead, that's Wally. Hey baby, Wally's spying on me. So yeah, so it's like, what the heck? I don't know. And so the only access is like, if you go out here, and he has some weird pipe thing that he left out here. Well, no, I could probably go through the garage. Wally, you can't go out. What this? Puma. What is Puma? Ollie, you're gonna have to stay in here, okay? Wally, stay here. I'll be right back. Yeah, we really do have a really nice view. Okay, so let's see, kind of just destroyed our area over here. And I guess my boyfriend locked the door, but well, anyway, this is all walled off, so like the ceiling up in there is like Swiss cheese. There's all these like circles and squares cut into the ceiling and all these like things hanging down. That's my boyfriend's grills because he is the grill master. So yeah, my yard's destroyed. So like all these boxes and like crap skis. As you see, I have like a lot of work ahead of me. Yeah, there's a lot of ghosts in our house, Veronica. And there's one like entity that's like, I don't know what the heck she wants. Anyway, yeah, like he left this whole mess. This like wasn't here. Yeah, like that's my yard. I gotta clean it up. So hey, if you guys want to visit San Diego, you guys want to have a drink with me and come clean this up. Oh my gosh. I have so much work ahead of me. Ugh. 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 Dude, we could like have a cleaning party. We could gosh, everything's just so dusty. Ugh. Ugh. You see why I can't film out my beautiful yard anymore? Like but yeah, we'd pull some cards, we'd clean. Wally. No pumas. Sorry guys, I'm just like flinging you guys. Yeah, so Veronica, if you see an indistinct person in this room, it's probably because, I don't know, there's, yeah, there's a one too many drinks. Yeah, there is a definite, I mean, we do have a lot of energies in our house, you know, because we do have a couple of portals in here. I mean, this is a lovely view for you guys to be looking at right now, I'm sure. But we have, like our old cat definitely stays in here. Every once in a while, my boyfriend's mother pops up, and she's this awesome lady on our mantle here. So that's her with like a butterfly in her eye. It's actually my grandfather there. And yeah, so let me see. There's a picture here. That's actually my boyfriend and I back in college. When we were just buddies, and then that's when we got together and started dating back in 2006. So, and here's our Christmassy cards. But this over here is a picture of little Presley when he was just a kitten, and Presley's the one that passed away, and he's buried in our backyard, in our garden. And this is a digital painting that I created, just like a real painting. I had to do it like brush stroke by brush stroke, that I created of Wally. And then I had that printed on canvas. So yeah, that took me like hours to do. Like I created my own background and everything. Oh, hey, Wally. Speaking of Wallies, there's Wally. What up, baby? So there's Wally's statue down there. I have to clean that up. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, we have a few energies in here. Sometimes Brian's mother pops up, Joanne. Sometimes she's in here. Sometimes our old cat is in the house, and there's another thing. She's like this crazy, scary lady. I don't even think she's a ghost, but even one of my friends texted me this morning, and she's like, "There's something in there that's like not good." And I was like, probably followed our person that we had in here. But she was like, "Well, when you clean the house, she's all, you got to make sure you got to get rid of that lady." Yeah, the backyard's like, it's kind of, which is kind of sad because I have such a nice view too. But yeah, we made him like sit at our little place down there, and that's where he had to eat his lunch every day. Yeah, and in the attic, it's weird because even my boyfriend said, like when he was helping him, like up in the attic, my boyfriend was noticing things moving on their own in the attic, and my boyfriend's like Mr. Skeptical. So Wally just wants to say hello. And so even my boyfriend was like, there's something in here, because there was something in the house that kept chasing that guy. Like it kept like messing with him, hiding his things, moving things around, and it was mostly in the attic, and it would mostly be like at nighttime. And then I noticed before that guy left, I started waking up at 3 a.m. every morning, which usually means there's a spirit presence, and the ohms that play in our closet 24/7, they kept getting paused. So I know that there's some things that kept coming through. So if you guys see stuff in here, from where the side where your home is now, our neighbors have they know. I mean, the house was built in 1978. There was nothing here before then. This entire hill that we're on up here, these hills, because we're at the top of a really steep hill, this is where the Kumeyaay Indians from our area, like this was their vantage point. So this is where they'd be able to see, like, you know, people coming. So this has a lot of energy on this hill. There's a lot of energy. Wally, do you mind not breaking stuff up here? Puma. Come on, Puma. There you go. You're just a cutie. Cutie patootie. So yeah, there's a lot of spirit energy up here, and yeah, I don't know, that lady's kind of creepy looking. She kind of looks like she has a bat face, and she keeps coming at me all crazy with this crazy dark hair. And even my friend who's like sensitive and like picks up on that stuff too, she's like, I don't think she's good. And I was like, well, every time she pops up, my guides pop up around her, and they don't allow her to like come near me. I was like, so I don't know. I said, I'm pretty protected. I said, but I would like my house like locked down again. So after we get it all clean, you know, we'll, you know, I'll be spiritually cleaning this house too. But we're going to be starting with the Wally, we're going to start with cleaning your backside because it's crusty. No, we're going to be starting with cleaning that room and the bedroom. I mean the bedroom and the bathroom. Oh, we do have a portal on the staircase, by the way, too. There's like a little portal in there, but it's not as big as the one that's in the master bedroom. Really? I don't think I've seen the 1800s dress lady. Embracing the moon. Hey. Sorry, we're looking at lovely view. This is all my furniture that belongs in the living room. No, there is a portal on the stairs here, and there is something that used to be scary there that I keep taking away, that used to scare my old cat. Wally, what you're looking at? Interesting. I don't know. He must have like stirred up a bunch of ghosties because. Interesting. So yeah, that's kind of cool. You guys are like, you get to see all like the spooky stuff in my house. So yeah, there's some stuff there, stuff going on in there. You got whatever 1800s lady or like bat face lady. That's kind of who I see her as. Yeah, that's where it is. It's right there. Yeah, like his bad juju and all his. I mean, like, I don't want to knock like people's spiritual practices, but it just seemed like really dark, like African stuff that he was conjuring. So I don't know. Okay, Wally, we're gonna go back upstairs so people could stop looking at my shitty house. Huh, Wally. And you know what Wally likes to do? He likes to stay in the shower. Well, he likes to be in the shower anyway, but he likes to stay in the shower right on the other side of the master closet. So we think that stuff kind of goes through the shower, like that wall, because that's where the portal is. Ooh, maybe I'll take you guys there. See, we just have so much adventure in our live chats. Something in the chart, catch me up, what's with the juju? Yeah, yeah, there's some weird juju going on in the house because we had a crazy person in here, but the crazy person is now gone. So, yeah, so like we're going to take all this stuff out of here. So we're going to like declutter this room. But yeah, see, we got to have story time. Oh, chat. Yeah, there's some like bad juju from what somebody left over, you know, in here. So anyway, the Ohm's playing here 24/7. My boyfriend has an extremely messy closet. Crazy person stirred up crazy energy in here. Yeah, but we do have a portal in this closet. This is kind of where all the ghosties and the whateveries and the energies come through. I keep a little piece of amethyst in there. But Wally comes and he sits right over here, on this side, on the other side. Yeah, everything's cool now. I even feel kind of, there, you guys could stare at Wally. I even feel kind of, I don't know, like still kind of like there's someone still here, you know, when I come home, or, you know, I don't know, like you feel like there's still people here. Which there probably are. So I don't know what he stirred up in here, but it's really easy to stir stuff up in my house just because it's very spiritually active. So I constantly have to keep this house like not only clean, but spiritually clean. And then our old cat would sit in this closet like all the gosh, man, my boyfriend's a slob. My boyfriend, our old cat used to just sit in the closet and like and it was just like so spiritually active at the time. Like we finally had to like shut it down, or try to shut it down as best we could because we can't shut down the portal. But yeah, like our old cat just did not like what was in there, and he would just like sit himself in there and just like annoy whatever was in there. It was like, so now Presley, who's a little angel, he assists us from the other side, and he still sleeps with my boyfriend every night. There's Wally inspecting stuff his dad brought back from Hawaii. So yeah, you guys see anything else? Because I always pick up stuff in my house, but it's so interesting when you guys pop in and say that you see stuff too, because it's like, I see stuff in this house all the time. I feel stuff in this house all the time, but it's interesting when you guys are picking up the same things, like, you know, the woman downstairs or something, you know, on the staircase. So yeah, if you guys see stuff, comment, because it's just kind of like, you know, verifying some of the stuff that I see. But yeah, this is the staircase. I will say that the temperature has dropped in the house since we have acknowledged that they were here. So I am a little cold right now. Maybe a little creeped out too. So, let's see. You guys feel anything in the creepos room? We're walking in the creepos room. I'm gonna be cleaning this room, so don't you guys worry. I gotta get rid of that mirror. That mirror is from the original bathroom. There's something in one of the rooms. Let's see. Well, yeah, this room is... I'm gonna clean it up, so don't worry. No, the lady ghost, she's always crying and nuts. Or the lady, whatever. Back this corner? Usually there's not a lot in here. Usually this is like a dead energy room. Like there's no energy in here. So I don't know what he stirred up in here with all the... Because he had like all these African idols here. And he had these like scriptures, like these old pieces of paper that he would read and like conjure his deities and his... I can't remember the names now. But yeah, it's like these... I don't know. He was trying to teach me his orishas. There you go. He was conjured his orishas or whatever. And yeah, and he was like putting stuff up there, and to the left of the room with the bike, it's coming from the room to the left and seeping into it. Interesting. Well, whatever's in here, I'm gonna be cleaning the heck out of this house, so don't make yourself too cozy. Huh, Wally? Stinks, huh, Wally? Yeah. Stinks like spiritual nasty and funk, huh? Funk on funk crime. That's what that is. Is there a room beside this room? Yes, that's my room. Well, okay. That's my boyfriend's crap. Ignore that. We're just not gonna look at my boyfriend's crap. This is where my altar and everything is. So this is where I do all my my live chats. Got all my Hello Kitties, and that's where he was like working in the electrical and stuff over here. And then I have all my books and everything. But yeah, and what I eventually want to do is I want to... Whoops, I'm stepping on his trash. Yeah, he left me a nice box of trash, the butthole. Maybe to learn a little bit. He told me he was like Orthodox something. I don't remember. It was just like a lot of African stuff, and he was like, yeah, he just kept talking about the orishas and stuff like that. This mirror, I need to destroy this mirror, because that came from the master bathroom at one time before the master bathroom was remodeled. It's so big you can't throw it in the trash, so we need to find like a big sheet to wrap it in, like smash it, and then like put it in our trash can. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. So he's doing voodoo or whatever, but yeah, he had all kinds of stuff where like he'd be using like, it's just his practice like just really did not resonate with me. Yeah, Santeria, he dabbled in a little bit of Santeria. His girlfriend, obviously, she was a witch, but she apparently, I don't know what kind of witchcraft she did. It was obviously for very not good reasons. Like she was always conjuring demons to do work for her, she would say, and things like that, and sending them to our house, which I'm like, my house does not need any more junk here from your crazy chick. So, and looks like my boyfriend's coming home now from work. But yeah, I'll be getting this room clean, so don't you guys worry. Yeah. Because I bring in a lot of light into this house. Like I my deities and my gods and goddesses, my angels, like everything. I'm always constantly trying to bring so much good, into this home. That I'm pretty sure there always is a light and dark battle going on in here. Anyway, so let's go back in here. I'm doing a live chat. Wally's been a star.
Of course.
Now my boyfriend's coming in the front door. Wally, you gonna go say hi to your dad?
Hey, dude.
Okay, let me get this all flipped around, you guys. Okay. There we go. Now we're looking at the Cray Cray house. Yeah, so it's definitely just a interesting battle, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What?
To my computer.
So there you go. So once that all gets cleared up and everything, it's gonna look a lot nicer in here. But yeah, I definitely always have to keep the vibe up nice and high in this house. You know, it was probably like diminishing, you know, when my energy was becoming very dark and negative, you know, because I didn't want this person in here, so it was probably not helping the situation energetically. So now that, you know, it's all gone, I can now just like bring the vibes back up in this house. Okay. Wow, we've been on here for 120 minutes. So, I said I wanted to end on a positive note with you all, and let's see, we only have like 10 people in here. Let's do a card. I want to use which deck? I'm going to use my little Pam's Vintage Tarot just because that's the deck I'm obsessed with right now. And have some out in the right back corner, left corner. Let's see. What's in the right back corner of this room and left back corner of this room? Hold on, I'm reading what you guys are saying.
Wally's got his hair cut.
Yeah, when the chimes dingle, that usually means that somebody's at the front door, so that was my boyfriend coming in the front door. Let me see. Off topic, like the scratches that aren't upright, do they move when he scratches? What do you mean? The scratches that aren't upright. Oh gosh, we've been on for quite some time. So New Age Lunatic, what do you mean the scratches that aren't upright?
Like angled claw pads?
Oh, like oh, his claw pads, the kind of like this or like this? Oh, he likes either. You know, he kind of likes he'll use his cube, or he'll use the ones that are at an angle, or those ones. Yeah, I don't know if he would really do a post because he's kind of rough with his things, so he'd probably knock the post down. But yeah, he likes the like sturdy things like a cube or an angled scratch pad or the flat scratch pad, but something where he can get his whole body on there because he likes to be fully on his scratch pads. Ah, okay. I'll do as many. Ooh, that would be awesome. And I like that we got to get a little like seeing some of the spirits in my home. You guys probably would have a field day in here. Okay. So I don't know, does everybody want me to pull a card for them? Do you all just want like a general reading? Do you guys all have something in particular? Because I would love to do that before we sign off, because I think that would be awesome. My cat's chunky. Just well, Wally, he's long and lanky, but he's like 11.5 pounds. Oh, general reading. Okay. Okay, so we got one for Amber. I'm glad you like this live chat. This has been a very funky live chat. You guys got to see a dirty house. I'm so happy. A general card for New Age Lunatic. Okay. And pumpkin again. I'm watching them. Okay. All right, so excellent. So I think we're gonna start with Amber, and then we'll go on for. Sorry, Wally. You throw your hair tie. Ooh. Okay. Okay, start with Amber first. Ooh. And one popped out for you. Okay. Okay, Amber. So the card that I pulled is the Queen of Pentacles, but I was kind of looking at her face, and she didn't look too happy. So kind of what I'm getting from that card is actually this being related to your health. That I think you might be getting the feeling that there might be something wrong, like maybe you need to oh, hold on. Go see a doctor or something like that. But maybe you've been a little hesitant, so I think that's something that maybe you might want to go and do, because I think that your gut is right, that you need to trust your gut, that something's a little off, and I think you do need to go to the doctors. I mean, not trying to like scare you, and it's probably not something serious, but just like, you know, it'd be good to go get a little bit of a checkup. So that's what I'm getting for Amber. I'm actually going to move you guys to the other room where my cord is at, because it's showing that my battery is getting low, because my battery is getting sucked up for some reason. So Wally, we're going to take this reading into the other room, and we're going to take my tea with me.
You better bring his hair tie with you.
Wally, I'm out of hands. Oh, wow. So, yes, Amber, I'm glad that you are going to go get some, go off to the doctor. So that was like the very first thing that I got. So, okay, we're going to go to this side. This is where my cord is. We're going to be plugging the phone in. And there we go. Wally, are you just going to be on the bed up there?
I threw his hair tie up there.
Okay. We are plugged in. We are a go. Okay, I'm going to go back through here. They say hi.
Hello.
Okay, so let me just go back to next person. Okay, so we had Amber, and then now New Age Lunatic. So New Age Lunatic, you are next. Let me just yes, Wally knows he's got fans all over the world. Wally, you have international fans. Okay, New Age Lunatic. Okay, I guess that's your card. Okay, so here we have the Ten of Wands. And kind of what I'm getting for this, you know, as you're kind of seeing this guy with his head down, he's like hugging these things. It's almost like forcefully hugging family. You know, I know this is like kind of like a family time for everyone, and it may be like they're kind of like family may be wearing you down in such a way. But it's like you're just trying to like be that supportive person for them, and just like kind of just forcing a hug and like, yeah, like I'm here for you, but they're really like kind of breaking you down a bit. And so kind of what I'm getting is like maybe Crystal Lotus, what's up? So you're just doing a general one card pull for everybody that wants one. And so I'm thinking maybe just a little bit of distancing yourself, not distancing yourself like you want to get away from them, but just so that you can recharge your batteries maybe. So just a place where you can be you, kind of cleanse yourself, and and then you can get back to helping out your family. But I think it might be a little taxing right now. So New Age lunatic, that's what I'm getting for you and family. Okay. Let's see who's up here. Lyric Soul is next, and then Veronica Rose, and then we'll go down with all the next people. Okay, so Lyric Soul. Your German Shepherd loves Wally. That's awesome. Okay, Lyric Soul. Okay, sip tea. Energies are running high in this room. Actually, the most calm room in the house, I think, is my bedroom in here. This is probably where it's the most chill of every room in this house. Yeah, it's not too late. So Crystallos, you'll just be at the bottom. And I don't know if you guys can see. I try not to. Do you guys ever get like sweaty when there's like a lot of spiritual energy? I know that's like really gross, but I get sweaty when there's too many spirits. It's so gross. Like, ugh. Can I have like another confirmation that there's spirits? Like maybe I sneeze a lot, or maybe, I don't know, I get dry skin, but like, do I have to sweat? That's so disgusting. Okay. Lyrics. Okay. There by the top. Lovely. Well, the area up there by the top of the bed, that's where our old cat hangs out. Oh, you get cold and start shivering. Okay, well, that's better than sweating. Oh my gosh, it's so like I gotta wear dark clothes or something. Gosh. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, when connecting with spirit. Lyric Soul, when I went to pull a card for you, I saw a butterfly. So I always just let people know if I see something beforehand, before I pull your card, I'll let you know. So there was a butterfly. Ooh. And you got the Six of Wands. So hey, victory. First thing that came in my mind, I think I remember you said you were still in school and that you were like doing some tests or something like that, but it looks like you did a good job, or you're just about to ace something. So yay, looks like a lot of your hard work is paying off, so congratulations. So yeah, I think you said you were still in school, or you were taking some sort of exams, but yeah, it looks like that you just aced something, or that you're just about to ace something after you've put in all your hard work. So yay, victory. Whoa, whoops. Okay. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through here. Okay, so Veronica is next, and then Elena Almakova. Okay. I just finished my finals, and I still say butterflies with your of the past. All right, so I'm glad that resonates. So butterflies and your grandma, and means you did good. Congratulations. Okay, so Veronica. Oh. Okay, Veronica, you lucky duck. You got 2 cards popped out. Whoa. Zen with Gems. Hey, sorry, I'm just like doing my 1 card readings right now. Okay, so Veronica, I got the Sun and the 3 of Swords. It's such polar opposites, in one card, one is raining and the other is sunshine. So it seems like, how do I want to put this? Kind of like how somebody was saying, in my home, it seems like there's the battle between light and dark. It seems like it's a battle, like, and I'm thinking like emotions where either the day is really good or the day is really not good. And it seems like you're becoming, it's a little exhausting. You know, yeah, it's like, will I continue to just have good days or will I continue to just have bad days? But it seems like it's been these extremes with you. Like it's extremely good or it's extremely not a good day. But the sun card being on top, the way I'm holding them, I am seeing that there are more good days ahead. It's just right now, it's just going to be that battle of light and dark, like somebody said, even with my home being a battle of light and dark. So, Veronica, I hope that resonates with you, but I do see the sun coming out on top. So, have faith, my dear, have faith. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna scroll through here. I think I said it was Elena next. Yes, Elena and then Dead Cheeky. Okay. I don't know, I'm feeling like kind of drained. Elena. Okay, Elena, I don't think this is your card. I think this is my card. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, but I think this is for me. Because I said that I was feeling drained right now, so I think that was just a message, like why. So, okay, so Elena, I am now going to pull your card. I saw them as being positive abundant times. Thank you. All right. I'm glad that resonates with you, Veronica. Okay, so Elena, this is funny, but the animal I saw was a donkey. Like being stubborn, like how donkeys are meaning like stubborn, or a mule. Yeah, so interesting imagery popping up. So something about stubborn, like mule. Okay, so I got the Nine of Pentacles for you. So getting that feeling of that mule, that stubbornness, it looks like it's going to pay off for you. So stick to your guns. I don't know what situation this is that it's pertaining to, but whatever you've been like digging your heels into lately, I would say continue to do so because it's going to pay off in the end. So if you're feeling stubborn about something, there's a reason you're feeling stubborn about something. So stick those feet in. Don't give in. Never surrender. Okay, let me scroll through here once again. Just make sure I'm getting everybody. I'm always making sure I'm not trying to leave any of my peeps out. Okay, it's Dead Cheeky next, and then Sarah Peaceful Mind will be after that. Okay, so Dead Cheeky and then Sarah Peaceful Mind. Oops. Okay. Dead Cheeky. Dead Cheeky, I was seeing like a little, like a little cartoon ghosty that looked like a pirate. That's imagery I get for you. Okay, so Dead Cheeky, this is the Ten of Pentacles, and I see this is like your little, I don't remember if you have two dogs, but maybe those are your two little doggies. And I know we're getting towards the family season, but I see this like kind of grumpy, crotchety old guy back here. And it looks like this person that's grumpy and crotchety, in your family or connected to your family somehow, like it's okay to leave them off in their grumpy corner. You do not need to cater to this person or make them feel happy or be the person who needs to make their time joyful and happy. It's like they're oh, it's advice for a new job. All right. Sink your heels in, Elena. So yeah, it's like, you know, you don't need to cater to this grumpy person. They're going to be grumpy regardless. So just let them be in their grumpy state. So I don't know who this is in your family or somebody connected to your family. Leave them be. They're just going to be that way, and nothing you can do is going to make them happy, because only they can make themselves happy. So you go have fun with your family and don't worry about this person. Two of which are little. Okay. It was, I think it was Sarah. Sarah, Peaceful Mind. And then Sarah, Peaceful Mind, and then Crystal Lotus. Okay. No problem, dead cheeky. There, yeah, there's always that one relative. Okay, Sarah, Peaceful Mind. Hey, Wally. Oh, 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 Wally. Okay, Sarah, Peaceful Mind. Okay, Sarah, for you, I was seeing like the beating red heart. Like it was like thump, 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 thump. So for you, I'm getting a beating heart. Oh, and then we pull the Eight of Swords. Okay, so feeling restricted in matters of the heart. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm feeling like there's matters of not the metaphorical heart, but your actual heart. And this is interesting that I'm getting this is because I was dreaming of somebody, something with their heart. So yeah, let me know if there's like something with your heart or somebody close to you, something with the heart, that there's some sort of restriction. And so I don't know if you're like working through it. It looks like it's gonna have to be dealt with for a little while, but I don't see it like becoming a huge problem, just a nuisance. So Sarah, let me know if that resonates. I don't know, that was like kind of kind of jumped in oddly. Like I was thinking like relationships, but it was like no, like more matters of the actual heart, the beating heart, restriction of the heart, something. So Sarah, let me know if that resonates or resonates somebody close to you, where it's just it's gonna be a nuisance, but it's not going to be like an actual like serious issue. So just to kind of alleviate that. So yeah, okay, interesting. And then I think Crystal Lotus was next, and so let me see who's after Crystal Lotus. Crystal Lotus and then Sherry Bug. Okay, so Crystal Lotus and then Sherry Bug. Crystal Lotus. Oh yeah, a New Age Lunatic, I just saw that you said you would send me a message about your one card draw, so definitely, please, please. Crystal Lotus. Crystal Lotus, I saw the image of a brown horse for you. Like just the, you know, neck up of a brown horse. Okay, interesting, Crystal Lotus. You got the exact same card as the previous person, but a lot different. Whereas her, I was thinking more of the heart. For you, by seeing the horse, I'm thinking restriction of freedom. So feeling a little tied. Oh, all the way back there. And I'm kind of seeing that you, at some point, once you let some of your perceived responsibilities go, you will be more, you feel more free, but you may need to free up your schedule just a little bit to allow yourself that room to breathe. So I would suggest maybe reworking your schedule a bit. Give yourself some breathing room so that you can feel less of that restriction, because that's just not good for anybody. That's just like extra stress, and you don't need that at this time. So, okay. Who is after Crystal Lotus? Okay, Sherry Bug. Okay, Sherry Bug and then Sapphire Hands. Oh my gosh, you had major surgery 3 weeks ago. Well, I am sending you a lot of healing vibes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so yeah, you take care of yourself. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think we need to do like a big, like, just ending love session for everybody. I think we all need it now. Okay. So I think it was Sherry Bug, I said? Yes, I did. Sorry, I'm just scrolling. Okay, so Sherry Bug and then Sapphire Hands. So Sherry Bug. Sherry Bug. Okay, Sherry Bug, for you, I'm seeing a cheetah. And a warmness on the back of my neck, so that's weird. Okay, cheetah and warmness. So Sherry Bug, that's for you. It's really warm on the back of my neck, actually. One of my friends was just sending me a text. Okay, Sherry Bug, so I got the 3 of Swords. I'm kind of getting that you've, oh, it's so nice. You guys are all sending each other good vibes. That you've been getting heated about something. Maybe that was the warmth on the back of my neck. That whatever situation is happening is maybe not happening at the rate of speed that you wish, because I'm associating cheetah with speed. Bohemian Spirits! Hola! So because it's not happening fast enough, you know, it seems like you've put a lot of time and effort into whatever this thing is, you know, by feeling the heat on my neck, that you're just, like, you've had it. Like, it's just, I'm tired of waiting, and I'm tired, you know, if things could just speed up, that would be great. And I would say that take a look into this. Hey, Veronica. Oh, I'm so glad that resonates. Take a look into, like, why maybe it's not working at the speed that you wish it to. Like, maybe it's supposed to be that way, even if it may not be that you like it that way, if that makes sense. Like, there's a reason why it's going so slow, but maybe it's a reason that you just can't see yet. So maybe that's something that you need to look into. So yeah. So let me know, Sherry Bug, if that makes much sense, where there's something that you've been getting really heated about, that it's not moving fast enough. But just know that there's a reason. And I know that sounds like people don't want to hear that, because I don't like hearing that. And it probably won't make much sense till when it, you know, everything finally comes to light. But I think you should take a sit down and kind of look at why it shouldn't happen as fast as it should. Okay, Sapphire Hands. Oh, good, good. I'm glad that resonates. Sapphire Hands is next. Sapphire Hands, I'm going to take a little sippy of tea. Oh, great. I'm glad it makes sense. Sapphire Hands, I was getting the Egyptian deity Bastet for you. so you got Bastet. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that goes along with this. Oh gosh, I've been chatting for 148 minutes now. This tea has lasted. It's cold tea now, but it's still lasting. Okay, so Sapphire Hands. You have the Two of Pentacles. This has been probably one of my longest chats. Like, I don't even know who's gonna go back and watch this whole thing, because you would have to literally sit down and get a bucket of popcorn. But when I saw Bastet, you know, cats are balance. Dude, you missed quite the show. They're seeing. Okay, I'm trying to kind of see what they're trying to say right now. So I just keep seeing balance. And I keep seeing this person on a tightrope, like trying not to fall, trying to keep their balance. So it seems like it's been a struggle to just try to keep everything balanced. But I mean, that's like for all of us, like we're trying to balance everything, but it seems like that's the main problem right now. It's like, how do I keep from falling? How do I keep from, you know, letting this go or that go? And what I see is just like circus performers or people that do the tightrope, the safety net is at the bottom. So I wouldn't stress too much if you do fall in this instance, that you can't keep your balance. And I know that you don't want to fall, but just know that if you do, and if you feel like you messed up somehow, the safety net is there. Like, it's okay. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. So I don't know if that makes much sense, but yeah, so I'm getting like the cat balance Bastet. So yeah. Whew. So Sapphire Hands, that was for you. Let me know. Okay. I'm just scrolling through. Just looking at me scrolling. Oh, Zen with Gems. Did YouTube cut you off? Hope not. Oh no! Okay, so I think, oh yeah, refresh the video if this has stopped for you. So I think Zen with Gems is our last person, because I looked through, I didn't think I saw any more, but if I missed, please let me know, because I'm not trying to skip anybody at all. So Zen with Gems, I believe you're the last reading, but let me know if I missed anybody. Okay, Zen with Gems. Zen with Gems for you. I see a dog jumping through a hoop, like doing tricks, so that's interesting imagery for you. Okay, Zen with Gems. Oh, Megan B. All right. Hey, Megan's in the room. Okay, Zen with Gems, you have the Four of Wands. Okay, so that makes sense. The doggy jumping through the hoops. So it seems like you've had to jump through a series of hoops, then metaphorically speaking, to get what you're going to get, or have already gotten lately. So, oops, that's just my boyfriend going out the front door. So yeah, so it looks like it is party time. You finally have jumped through the last hoop, and you're finally going to obtain whatever it is that you have been working towards. So, but I am seeing that this is it's the final hoop. And finally it's time to celebrate, time to party. No more hoops, no more hoops for this particular thing. So it is the end, and it is good. You finally made it. So Zen with Gems, let me know if that makes sense, that you jumped through the final hoop. And now it's party time. Invite your girls over. Invite this girl over and all the other girls in this room. So, and dudes too. Okay, so I saw some other people jumping in. So Megan B, and then after Megan B, we'll do Bohemian Spirit Tarot. Okay, so Megan B. And Megan B, I saw a parrot for you. So I don't know what that means. Kind of think about that, a parrot. Okay, and so we have here the Two of Cups. This is for Megan B. Okay, so kind of odd, but you know how a parrot just kind of repeats things. And here, you know, this couple, they have the cups, and they're kind of in somewhat similar posture. I mean, the guy's in a different stance than the young lady there, but they're both holding this cup up, and it almost seems like there's somebody that you feel is like being a copycat, like copying you, like you're just doing that because I'm doing that. And it might be a little bit annoying for you, where it just seems like just so similar that this person's doing something like you. But just know, like, you're an original and nobody can really copy you. So even if this person thinks they're trying to mimic you or whatever, it's just whatever. Let them do their thing. Just consider it flattery that they would like to be just like you. But it's not going to take away from any of your shine or anything that you're doing right now. Just let them be. Let them do their thing, you know, let them get whatever little success they get, but it's, you know, since you are the original, you will get your deserved success. So it's, don't worry about this person. I hope that makes sense about a copycat. It's calling back. I haven't seen that. Much love to you, Amber. I hope it goes well with the nurse and everything. So I'm sending you a lot of healing vibes. Okay. I think we had a couple other people that popped in, and I believe that was all right, Zen with Gems. I'm glad that resonates. Okay, so Bohemian Spirit, you said a card for your new business plans for 2018. Excelente. Okay, so yeah, Bohemian Spirit Tarot, business plans, 2018. Okay. Okay, Bohemian Spirit Tarot, what popped into mind for you was a golden bull. For, as I'm tapping into business plans for 2018, golden bull. The whole bull ring and everything. Woohoo! Whoa-ho, 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 whoa-ho. Okay. You had a couple of cards that popped out. So lucky you. Okay, so Champagne Sea, it'll be right after Bohemian Spirit. Okay, so you had two cards pull out. So two cards, just like Veronica Rose got two cards. So you're a lucky duck. So you got Empress and you got Knight of Pentacles. I mean, without me saying anything, I think you can already guess that things are going to be pretty awesome. But like the Empress here, you're going to have to nurture stuff. So you can't just sit back and let the universe take over and be like, oh, well, here you go. As much as we would like that to happen, just like lottery just hit us like, please, I want to win the lottery. I really do. But yeah, so you are going to be given opportunities, you know, and you can run with those opportunities, but you're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to nurture those opportunities that come to you. So yes, you're going to have good luck this year. I see a very fruitful year for you, that this is going to be an abundant time, a good time, but you can't just sit on your laurels on this. Like, if you want that abundance, you know, it can't happen unless you make it happen. So if you just sit back, like, this won't come to fruition, you know, so work hard. I'm saying you're going to have to get a little dirty, but yeah, nurture it like the Empress. Every opportunity that comes to you this year, 2018, and I see you being pretty stoked. You might be a little tired, but you're going to be pretty stoked with this year. So yay, good for you, good for you. I like that. I would like that for myself too. Okay, so Champagne Sea, you said guidance, you're going through a hard time. Okay, so one card, Champagne Sea. Ow, my leg, my foot went to sleep. No problem, no problem. And so I think Champagne Sea is the last one in this chat. Champagne Sea. Okay, Champagne Sea, the animal I see for you is a bunny. And the bunny is looking for its bunny hole, so it's looking lost. Sorry, boyfriend at the front door again. Okay. Okay, interesting. The bunny is lost. Okay, so Champagne Sea, I got the World card for you. And kind of like I was seeing the bunny looking for its bunny hole. The bunny is lost. Here you have the circle, kind of like the bunny hole. It's like you're looking for your, and you said you were already, you know, that you are going through a hard time, but it's like regardless of the difficult time, it seems like, yes, you're going through a difficult time right now, but on top of it all, it seems like you're also just trying to find your place in the world. Like trying to find home, like where is home, like where do I belong, like what am I meant to do, and things like that. But I see all these strong characters. Looks like a really strong person here. You have an eagle, you have a you know, a bull over here and a lion here. Interesting that I mentioned a bull in the last reading. And it seems like, don't worry about getting something wrong, like I can't find my place, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because you are being guided, and just know that the direction you're in is in the right direction, even if you don't know it's the right direction, even if you're like, is what I'm doing okay, you know, and everything will eventually, I am seeing it being kind of a long road, so this isn't something that's going to end right away, unfortunately. But I am seeing the bunny heading towards the sunset, like that's where home is. And although the road is far and the road is long, you know, you're going to make it home. It's just, that's how things are going to be right now. Things are going to be tough. You are going to feel lost, but just know that you aren't lost. As much as you feel lost and you feel like you're doing something wrong and you're on the wrong path, or you don't know if you're making the right decisions, just know that guidance is with you in the spiritual sense and in the physical sense. There are people out there that are rooting for you, and they have your best interest at heart. So just, I know that's a lot of faith to put into the universe, but that's what I can give you right now, is just whatever little faith you have left in the universe, just give it, and then just do what you can do. Keep doing you, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So you are on the right path. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I think that's something that we always wonder, like, are we on the right path? Like, are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? And the answer is always yes. Even if we're making mistakes, I think we're meant to make those mistakes, because later on they're gonna be helping us. So yeah. Hello. Oh, you guys want to check something out? Tis lunch, little smokies. All right, so was that everybody? Let me know. I think I got everybody. And I think everybody, I'm glad you guys enjoyed your readings. That was a lot of people. I think that's the most readings I've ever done in one live chat. This has been a very, very interesting live chat. We saw some pretty things. Love and light to you as well, Champagne. We saw pretty things. We had a crazy story. You guys got to see some ghosties in my house. We did a nice one card reading for everybody. Well, thank you. I'm glad everybody liked it and all that good stuff. And I think before I jump off, I think a lot of people in here, I'm just feeling like we all need one like freaking energetic hug. So I'm gonna send you all a little energy if you don't mind. It'll take me. No problem. Thank you, Sherry Bug. So I'm gonna send a little energy out to you guys because I feel like my energy is like getting pumped back up again. But I was feeling a little drained there for a second. But I feel like, whew, I'm getting pumped back up. Obviously, I'm sweating again. That's disgusting. So I think that we all just need some love. So if you don't want me to push some energy out to you, you feel free to sign off now. And if you want to stick around, then stay here for about 1 minute. That's all I need. And then I'll sign off. And then I'm going to refuel myself with my little smokies that are sitting there. Okay. Here we go. To all my peeps out there, hard times that you're going through, physically hard times that people are going through, tests people have, whatever it is that's going on right now, all I just want to send is that it's just a big blankie. It's a big spiritual blankie, a big warm blankie for all of you. What's left of my tea? Oh my gosh, I don't have much tea left. There's a little bit. So here we go. Okay. Okay. Whoa, that was like kind of crazy. I felt some big swirlies in the hands really going out to you guys. Whew, that took the wind out of my sails. And it's hard to see. Okay, whew. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I try to send a lot of love to you guys. And I think I depleted whatever stores I had left. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So, okay. I'm gonna go have my little smokies, and you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I hope you, I'm like so ugh. Hope you guys really enjoy your day, and you guys have a good weekend, and I'll hope to see you guys next weekend, which, oh my gosh, will be Christmas Eve. So yeah, much love, many blessings, peace, love, and chicken grease. Thank you, everyone. Peace out.